Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wake your ass up.
What's good, peoples? We are back. Another edition of the Man Cave Morning Show. Let's clap that up.
Yes.
Bang, bang.
Happy Monday.
I'm happy to be alive. Happy to be here.
Yes.
With the awesome squad.
Yes.
All right.
We're happy to be here.
Salute to everybody on the check-in, watching us live right now on Periscope. Watching us live right now on the mother site, WBKS1.com. Watching us live on Twitter, at BKS1 Radio ENT. Watching us live on Ustream. Watching us live on YouTube, because we're live on YouTube right now. Watching us live on Facebook. And also listening to us on the TuneIn app. Let's clap that up. Salute to you all. Salute. Yes.
All up in your BIs.
Oh, yeah, the new BKS1 Radio is rocking.
What did you say?
BIs.
I'm saying.
Ain't even a word.
Let's start by introducing my amazing squad. The amazing squad of the Man Cave Morning Show. I'm going to start to the left right here. BKS fam, the dude, Dennis Atkins. What's good?
The dude. To be here always, man. Always good to be here with you guys. Yes.
No doubt, no doubt. To my far right, of course, the dude that gets a little rude, especially when he's in a bad mood, Deacon Wu.
Let's get it.
And the flamethrower.
The flamethrower.
The bedazzler.
The flamethrower.
Yes, the wonderful, the amazing, the beautiful Jackie D.
The
in the place to be. No doubt today. No doubt today.
What kind of forever?
And you would be, sir?
Oh. I am humbly Storm Norm, the General.
That you are.
Yes.
That you are.
Bottle washer extraordinary.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's give some shout outs, some love. Shout out to my sis, Patricia Shell Givens on the check-in, Julius Gray on the check-in, Club Master Steele on the check-in, Derek Skinner on the check-in, Janice Maxine Brooks. Good morning, Janice. Latoya Dawson, Linda Weaver, Dennis. He's sitting right here. Lucretia, Michael Ross,
Yes.
Tyrone Miller,
Kenny Johnson.
Yes, Kenny Johnson, Tammy Covington.
Yes.
List goes on. Eva, I see you. Salute to you all. Welcome. We love y'all.
Yes.
Now we want to rock out with this topic because we just saw some crazy stuff.
That we did.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
we saw some crazy stuff while we was prepping for the show. So we're gonna talk about some of that stuff first.
Yeah.
Jay, what was one of the things? Let me make sure I pulled that we was talking about.
Oh, what, the spare the rod and spoil the child? That's our topic, first of all. That's our topic,
yeah,
yes.
our topic is...
Does that work anymore?
Yeah, badass kids, badass disrespectful kids. Disrespectful kids, man. Does it need to go back to the old school way of discipline? Does it even work anymore?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, does that tough love even work anymore?
Clearly not from this video that we saw, and we're gonna let you guys see and hear that in a minute. Yeah, I just can't. Okay, so before we talk about the video, you guys got your behind whooped, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, who got that extension cord, that switch or whatever? I'm gonna raise my hand. I got both.
Yeah, so did I.
My mother hit me one time with a 2x4 on my arm.
Right.
So okay, so
High heel shoe.
Listen, it was like whatever was closest, that's what you was getting hit with, and I turned out fine.
Or a fist to the chest.
Well,
Yes.
I didn't get that.
Little
That's
asthma
for
attack
guys.
action.
Yeah, that's for guys. I didn't get that. But like for me, you know, back then I might have thought this lady was crazy. She was Cookie before Cookie even came about.
Right.
So I turned out fine. I socially drink, and I do not say no, but I don't do drugs. I don't smoke cigarettes. You understand? I don't smoke weed, even though they legalize it in certain places. I just don't smoke it.
Legalize it.
I just don't smoke it. Never felt the need to do any of that stuff. And I want to say it's because I got my ass whooped.
Totally agree with you. Agree.
Like, I mean, sometimes it felt like it was to the white meat. And you know that's bad, right? To the white meat. That she did not play. Okay.
Jay, it was the 70s. It was a different time. It was the 70s.
But should it matter though? We had far less and we were happier.
Right.
Exactly.
Let's watch the clip.
Right?
And you know what? Check this out. And I want y'all to be honest. We're going to run this clip with this little kid. I'm going to be honest. How would you handle the situation, and what do you truly, honestly think of this clip we about to run?
Why is it fighting? Why is it fighting? Don't record. Rosa. It's a fit. Stop doing that. No, I'm fucking out. It's fucking embarrassing. Look at all these fucking people laughing. Is that fucking embarrassing? Bitch, what the fuck? Get my food out, dumbass. Oh, yo! Sit down. Oh, fuck, start my stuff, bitch. Don't shoot, Scott. Fuck, start my stuff. It's just fucking, Scott.
Right into.
Oh my God, I cannot.
All I'm going to say on that one.
Down.
All right, so who want to go? Woo, go ahead, man.
I was a person that saw the clip. That clip affected me on a subatomic level. For all of those, you know, who think I'm a proponent for violence and beating children or whatever, I would have physically yoked that kid up. No question about it. I would have flew across the room like a sprinter. The level of disrespect, the energy that was projected, the disrespect that I saw. And for someone to film the video instead of asking, would you allow me to please intervene? When it comes to little male Thundercat cubs, they only respect one thing. For this little child to grow up thinking that it's acceptable to call his mother and his grandmother out of their name, to spit on a grandmother or a mother, and then to hit, that child is then going to grow up to become a beast. So if I love my child, and if I respect my child, and I love my community, I would immediately physically address that child and continue to physically address that child until he understands that what he did is unacceptable. That type of behavior has to be culled from the herd. Now, all you politically correct people and people that are saying that I'm advocating violence, you're doing your child a disservice by allowing your child to grow up to be a beast.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dennis.
All right, a couple of things that I had saw. The first thing was that, number one, the person recording it was only recording it for World Star. It seemed like the posted on World Star. There was no real concern of what the child was doing.
Right.
It was almost like being advocated for him to act that way. That's the first thing. The second thing is that the lady in the yellow, was that the mom?
Yes.
It was the mom and the grandma.
I believe so.
She has set this boy up to be the way he is. Did you hear how she was talking to him? She was talking to him exactly
same way.
The way that he was talking to the grandmother.
You're always effing embarrassing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
So
which probably means, not to cut you off, Norm, which probably means that at home the grandmother talks like that.
You think?
I think so, because it was too acceptable.
Well, I get it, but I was a little confused only because of the reaction.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. The lack of reaction.
Right.
She was just sitting there. And then I wasn't sure if she was telling the grandmother that she was embarrassed because she was hitting him. But you're not embarrassed. So you understand? So you can look at it two ways. I wasn't sure if she was embarrassed because the grandmother decided to chastise him and pop him. And first of all, this little kid probably just got his walking legs, okay? And he probably still putting his shoes on the wrong feet.
Right.
And you're going to buck up at someone? Like, how dare you? He would have got that bathroom trip. Because when I was little, my mother said, wherever you act out at, that's where you're going to get your ass whooped.
Right.
So here's my thing. So we know the child just wasn't born like that.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Acting like that.
True.
So the words he was saying and the gang signs he was throwing up.
That was my next
Where did
question.
that
Was he
come
throwing
from?
up gang signs?
From the environment
Yes.
around him.
Agreed.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? From the environment
Yes.
around. So a child only gonna pick up. It's just like racism. You know what I'm saying? You ain't born a racist.
Yeah.
You
You
pick up
taught.
them habits.
Yeah.
You pick up them habits from what you see around you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So him saying those words and acting out a certain way, so either his father is like that, you know, or his mother is like that, or he's seen that behavior.
Yes.
So with that being said, would you take the rod to his ass? You know what I'm saying? Or like go in the corner timeout? Or would you beat that ass every time he acts out like that?
See, this is the thing.
Or just go in the corner and time out?
Your time is up when you start spitting on people. Okay?
Right.
Where are you learning this? And again, with the gang signs, and then I'm taking you out. We're trying to enjoy a meal, and you're throwing things. He's doing more than just a little temper tantrum.
Right.
You understand? No, he would have had to have that bathroom trip.
That's spitting right there.
That's spitting. That's crazy.
Let me go back to the learned behavior. You said you saw gang signs, you saw spitting. I'm assuming that gang signs and the stuff, that he saw that from other men. Here's what's interesting about our community. Here's what's interesting about the Black and the Latino community. The way in which we perceive violence. So it is acceptable for a male to abuse a woman, grandmother, right? Mother. It's acceptable for us to unleash violence against one another. But when violence is called for in defense of our community,
right,
we're punks. So now you're training this man, this little boy cub, that the only way he can exert violence is not against his open enemy, not against the people that he should be protecting, his mother, protecting his grandmother, protecting his fellow man. So it's violence upon the self. You attack your grandmother, you're attacking yourself. Spitting on a female, all of this type of thing, right? But when it's time for violence, like, let's say when an innocent person is gunned down, blood in the street, you're docile. And in our warped sense of imagination, this is what passes for masculinity. And it is a damn disgrace. I want to say another word, but I ain't going to say it. A GOT disgrace. Right? So when you're looking at this type of physicality, this misdirected aggression, this misdirected anger, this is why our community is being destroyed, because you are attacking the people that you're supposed to be defending.
Yes.
And you are afraid of the people that you're supposed to bring violence to.
Yes.
Like people that are coming to kill, steal, and destroy your own community.
Yes.
You're silenced because of that. It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic.
All right, we're
gotta
gonna
do
read some
something about
comments.
Yes. And then I think D had something he wanted to say. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna start off with I think I saw Julius Gray. He put something in there. You want to go to the top? All right.
Yeah, I think that's where it's.
Okay. So I'll read it. All right. So, hey, good morning, Sandy B. How are you, birthday girl? All right. So Sharon Shay.
Sharon.
My mom threw a shoe at me, but I never talked back to her again. It only take that one time,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
So that's how she learned.
I
how
got
to
the
talk
high
back.
heel too.
Okay, yes, it only take that one time. Janice Maxine Brooks, she said she didn't play with us. Okay, understood. And let's see, Sandy B, she said he's going to kill someone by the time he's 15 if he don't get help. He may even die before then if he don't get help. And we're not predicting that, but this can be that road because that anger management is real. And he's what? He looked like can't be no more than about 5?
4
or 5? Like, where you learning this behavior?
Yeah.
Okay. So, a few more. Julius Gray, he said, you let that go, he will walk all over you and go down a destructive path that will get him killed or locked up.
Okay.
Yes. And again, Sandy B said he's going to jail by the time he's 10 years old if he don't get help. This is true. And Julia said he can't go for the disrespect at all. He can't go for the disrespect. It just died. Okay. So anyway, Kurt Denal, my grandmother would have gotten the switch. My mother would have socked me. My father would have beat me down. I wouldn't try nothing like that in the first place. Understood. All right. Derek Green, corporal punishment is effective. But the issue is a lot of parents aren't trained to effectively use corporal punishment and overstep to abuse. These are facts. This is so true. So I think you wanted to say something earlier. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm very surprised, as we all have different outlooks on this, and everybody's outlook has been very, very on point, but I'm very surprised that it just seems like nobody noticed that the mother was a conductor of the behavior based on the way she was conducting herself.
All right. And again, usually we don't do this, but we know a lot of you trickled in late. This is what we're talking about.
Yes.
This right here. We're going to run the clip again.
Oh, fuck, touch my stuff, bitch.
Don't
Oh, shoot, girl. Fuck, touch my stuff. It's just fluffy, girl.
Stop putting it right. Okay?
Why are you fighting? Why are you fighting?
Don't record.
It's a fit.
Stop doing that.
No, I'm fucking out. It's fucking embarrassing. Look at all these fucking people laughing. Is that fucking embarrassing? Bitch, what the fuck? Get my food out, dumbass.
Oh, yo!
Oh, fuck, touch my stuff, bitch.
Don't
Oh, shoot, girl. Fuck, touch my stuff.
That's what we are talking about. That's what we are talking about for those just joining us. So, again, to your point, Dennis, you was like, I guess, the mom's behavior?
Yeah, if that was the mother or the aunt, maybe. I wasn't sure if it was her mother. It might have been the mom.
I think it's the mother in the yellow.
Okay, because she let that go way too far. If that
He
was the
said
mom.
world star.
That's the point that I was making. The guy recording,
that point.
the guy that was recording was only looking at this as a form of entertainment. It wasn't even like he was really concerned about what was happening. It was more of an entertainment purpose for him, man. And we see that so much that we can go into a whole nother topic. I just want to stick on this. That was totally, the guy recording ain't the issue. The issue was the fact that whoever the person was in the yellow, you guys are saying the mom, I thought it might have been the aunt, because I find it hard to believe that a mother would let her child go that far.
Let's read some comments.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah, it's crazy. Danielle Spencer said,
Good morning.
I got one slap and one butt whipping. That's all it took for me to get in line. Yeah, clap that up.
That's true.
Listen, that's so Derek Green said the older woman was probably the mom. Okay. It kind of like breaks my heart to see something like this, because I've seen kids act out when we like are in public, but not to this degree.
Right.
You know, with the hitting, the spitting, and if you do this in public, you're probably 10 times worse at home.
Yeah.
And again, he's probably just learning how to put on his shoes. He still probably put them on the wrong feet and zipping his little pee-pee up in his pants.
That's what's crazy. You're right.
And then, and then we're gonna let's read Janice's comment. Then go ahead, Will.
Okay, so Janice Maxine Brooks. All what will happen when the child get grown, they will beat your ass or kill you because you didn't teach him nothing. Facts.
I need to return to a point that Dennis made, even though it's left, but I feel it's germane to the conversation. The proliferation of these type of videos is social engineering. How many times have you seen a video like that and you got physically sick? For instance, when you see, you know, a group of children beating up another child because they did good in school. You see a child beating up a teacher. You see a teacher beating up a student. These things that you realize that are wrong on a subatomic level, like you understand instinctively that it's wrong, but you keep seeing them and seeing them. And I know I'm off topic. I'm about to get back on the topic.
Okay.
But what it's doing is it's decreasing our moral standards and our ethics, so that it's becoming more and more and more and more acceptable for us to behave like beasts.
Right.
And it also means that our open enemy can say, look at that. Look at that.
Right.
They have no value. Look at that. Look at how they speak to one another. So while I will agree that it's the mother, the grandmother, and everything else, we have to be careful with what we allow into our ear gate. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is a wellspring of life.
Right.
So when we're seeing these things, we're talking about the behavior that's despicable. We're talking about, you know, where's the male figures, because he got that gang stuff from other males.
Right.
And we're also talking about how our behavior has become weaponized against us, so that we live in a society where we can get gunned down in the street like a dog.
Yeah, true that. True
wow.
that. I agree with you.
Okay.
So,
and whoop that little boy ass. In case you didn't understand what I just said.
What are we reading? This one.
Take
okay. Vereen Brown. Good morning. My butt's still hurting, but parents let their children run the household. The monster need a beat down, fella.
She called him the monster. I ain't gonna front. That was a little monster.
Yes.
Do you think that if that was a little? Do you think that if that was a little girl instead of a little boy, grandma would have been like,
nope,
and let it ride?
Nope.
No.
She probably would have went in worse.
Yeah, because I think that's just crazy. And then again, the reason people, let's just talk about people not intervening. There are a lot of people who do not intervene because of the simple fact. Number one, people don't want lawsuits. Because people are quick to, they did this to my child. They did
people
that.
People rather do this.
Yeah. This is true.
People rather, it's too much of this going on.
This is true.
Exactly. Good point, man.
So they're policing with their phones. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Policing, but not policing with the phones. But people don't want to get involved when it's something like that. And I remember when I was coming up, you did something wrong, the whole community knew about it.
Right.
Nowadays, I don't want to be involved.
I
don't want to be in it.
To offer a counterpoint, I'm walking down the street. Dude is beating the brakes off this girl, beating her to the backseat of the car. I go up, I grab the guy on the shoulder, he spins around. She cussed me out and spit at me.
Yo,
I'm not justifying.
This is why.
I'm not justifying it. I'm like, yo.
Like, I tried to help you.
I tried to help, and she started to cuss me out.
You know why?
And then he mushed her in the face, and she started beating her ass. You know why? And I left.
Because she's accepted that behavior.
Yes,
she's accepted that behavior from whoever this dude was.
Oh my God!
And this is the norm for them.
This is the norm.
That's the norm for them. And so when you interrupted their flow of how they interact with each other, she turned anger on you.
Yep.
Like, leave us alone.
But
this
she
is what
should have
we
put
do.
the anger on him and thank you for
Right.
intervening. See, this is
That's
what I'm
what the
talking about.
society we
So
live in.
this is why, and I don't know if you caught them. The girl in the yellow was telling the lady across from her that someone was filming.
Right.
And she was like, look, they laughing at us.
Yes,
These people are filming.
So the
And
only reason you're embarrassed is because someone else is watching you, but you don't got enough sense to know that child's behavior is wrong. Because you sat idly by until she noticed she was being filmed. Oh, they're laughing at me. Oh. Then she started to cuss.
Right.
Really?
And the older lady was like, don't film. Don't film. You can't tell people what
I
to
was
do with
just
their
saying
phones in a public setting. If you do not want to be embarrassed, wrangle your kids.
No doubt. Let's read
Yes.
some of these comments.
Yes. Okay. So where is okay? We're gonna go with Kenny Johnson.
Yes.
Kenny Johnson. Good morning. He learned that from home, no one is correcting his behavior. And when someone is recording and not stepping in, that's the bigger problem.
Totally
Let me
agree.
clap
Totally
that up.
agree.
That's true.
Totally agree.
That's true. Okay.
You know what? As a
Yeah.
man, even I could have at least physically walked over to the table, not even said anything, not even said, "Can I offer you assistance?" But just put my body close to that little man's body and let my male energy. You know what I mean?
I was just thinking.
Wow.
Even if you like,
Yeah.
get away from me, don't touch my child. I'm gonna at least approach him and cut off
Right.
his personal space.
Yeah.
To let him shake out to know, no, it's male energy here.
Yeah.
At least I could do that.
You know,
instead of World Star.
We have a call from the 914 area code.
Okay. Hold on. Again, I don't know. Calls is
I know.
is dropping.
Oh, really?
Calls is
Oh.
just dropping.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Try
okay,
back.
you know what?
Okay.
But-
So I'm gonna read some more comments. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
you
go
wanted
ahead.
to say
Read the
something.
comments.
Okay.
Go ahead, let
People
people
calling at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So they canceled?
Yes. So Kenny Johnson said he needed his ass whooped. And unfortunately, if I was present, I might have done it. I'm with you on that. I probably would have yoked him up too.
I might have.
I might have gotten
Even though it's
involved.
against my better judgment.
Because I don't do that.
I might have put hands on a little boy.
Yeah.
For real.
I guess-
That's not cute.
I guess it has to do with like, you know, all of us can relate to our discipline and reverence
Yes.
of authority. Because really, at the end of the day, I know that when it comes to my children, you know, I really didn't have problems with them growing up. And Wu said it best as far as the energy. There's something about a presence of purity and reality that, especially with me growing up in a single parent home, I had a mom that raised me, and my mother was like somebody that I reverenced. I wouldn't say I feared her,
Right.
but I reverenced her. And the problem is that even outside of that video with this kid, man, you know, you got all these different agencies, and I'm not knocking people that do great work for DYFS. I'm not knocking you guys, because some of you guys do very good work, and then some of you guys are just looking to get bonuses. Don't think I don't know how that works. I
Yeah.
do. In reference to kids being able to be defiant and just do what they want to do with parents, and how parents have become almost afraid of DYFS. They've almost become afraid. Now, I'm not saying that DYFS is a bad agency. Please understand, I'm not promoting that here. What I'm saying is that
Kids use that to their
they
advantage.
use it to their
I'm
advantage.
gonna call the cops, or I'm
They
gonna call
use
DYFS.
it to their advantage.
Yeah.
Put your hands on me. I'm gonna call DYFS, or I'm gonna call the cops.
You're absolutely right, man.
Yeah.
And it's just something about physical application that puts people in perspective of things. It's something about physical application, meaning that when you apply physicality to
Yes.
someone in a fast manner,
This is
whether it be
Shock
by
your ass
shoe,
back to reality.
I'm telling you, listen, my mother was 5'4", and I always was taller than my mother. And I think she used to literally try to just make me feel like I was 4'11", because I'll never forget, man. She hit me in the head with the heel of a shoe.
Jeez.
And cracked the back and cracked my joint. You talking about bust down to the white meat? If I didn't reverence my mother, I would have threw her in the bathtub and drowned her. I'm dead serious. I was getting ready to get in the bath. I was about 17. And she bust me in the head with this shoe. I saw that blood come out of my head. I looked at my mother, and if I didn't reverence her, she would have been going
The views
into
of this dude is not
bathtub.
necessarily the views of BKS1 Radio.
I get it. Trust me. Let me just say that for me, being like a single parent for a while, on and off, and I have a son. My daughter, My middle daughter, she tried me one time. We were driving, and she was on the phone like I wasn't there. A phone that I paid for. Talking about me. Literally talking about me to whoever she was with on the phone. I hit her so fast, and her mouth, all she could say was, "Stop hitting me." I was like, if you think I'm going to allow you to disrespect me and you're in my car and on the phone that I bought you, sweetie, today ain't the day and tomorrow ain't looking good. Since that day, she has never, ever disrespected me again because I had to show her I will smack fire out of her.
Much physical application.
Much respect to the millions of single women that are raising children, male and female.
It's a hard job.
Much respect.
It is.
But I'm a man.
Yeah.
Right? So my perspective is I can't help but think about a male energy, like D said, but that's righteous. Okay? And that's loving and caring. When you have that type of male energy, that the masculine aspect of God, the masculine energy is correction. The feminine energy is love, caring, comfort. The masculine energy recognizes energy. So if I'm a man and I'm on my square and I'm doing it, listen. Did my father had to beat my ass every single day? His presence
was enough.
Yeah,
look, when my grandmother was beating my ass up and down the street, you know what I mean? Yeah, whatever, grandma. Or I'm ducking and dodging her. When I heard the Delta 88, I heard that Oldsmobile pull up.
Right.
His energy preceded him.
Yeah, that's correct.
So it wasn't like
is
this
correct.
big, the energy. So what you're seeing is, in our community, our children don't have our energy.
Right.
And they're losing their freaking minds. And then they grow up to be retarded. Emotionally, spiritually.
Now the views of who are not necessarily the views
I said
of
it.
BKS1 Radio.
You grow up with these retarded men.
Developmentally disabled.
Developmentally disabled because they have not been around masculine energy.
Yes.
Right.
So they put their energy into things and cars and bluster and this and that and the other because they've never been checked when it's supposed to be checked. Like, because, you know, that male lion, you know, the lion with the mane?
Yeah.
Get out of line with the male lion. See what happened to you.
We're going to put you back in your place.
Let me
Let me
tell
tell you,
that earlier.
When I was coming up, and it's funny, I can't remember too many butt whoopings I got from my father. My mother used to beat my ass.
Me too.
But but I deserved it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my father used to just have the voice.
The voice. That's it.
The screaming. Norman, get your ass over here.
It would jerk you back to reality. His voice.
Well, I used to be like, you know, that was enough for me.
Right.
Because I didn't want to know what else was going to come after that voice.
Yes. Yes.
The senses.
Totally get it.
Jerk you back.
So I'm going to read some of the comments.
Yes.
That's in here. Yes. So I like to read it from your panel because it's kind of big. Then I don't have to put my glasses on.
I thought you said European. You said
No,
your panel.
your
I thought
piano.
you said European. I was about to say, what the hell?
I thought she said your piano like a Steinway or a Yamaha.
They're talking about
Your
I speak
piano.
kind of fast.
Don't
okay?
confuse
Dazzled eyes.
So Kenny Johnson said, yes, that's right, Will. That presence would have stopped him.
Yeah, would have arrested
right.
him. Yeah.
Danielle Spencer, it seems that moms will discipline their daughters, but not the son. Okay, I agree with that. Julius Gray said, people are lit right now. They are because they're mad. If this doesn't resonate something in you,
about
something's
the state
wrong.
of our children.
Yeah, something's wrong. Kurt Donnell, I don't agree. Some people will get mad at you and tell you to mind your business. Meaning, what, for intervening? This is what we were talking about.
Right.
Sometimes
You're right.
it's
They will tell you.
okay to be okay with what you're seeing, but you know it's wrong. You understand?
I
Because
do.
if you try to get involved, you may be the one that may get hurt. You understand? Because
Yes.
sometimes people will take out that frustration on you. And they'll misdirect it. Like the young lady who got upset with you.
Right.
See, I think this little boy needs therapy. The grandmother needs therapy. And the mama definitely needs therapy. And whoever is around this kid, and I pray to God it's not the father that's influencing him to be throwing up all those gang signs and disrespecting the mother and the grandmother, because that is going to be a whole nother can of worms in a few years. Right. You know, if he's in school, he's disrespecting the teachers because he has no self-awareness of authority. None of these people have influenced good behavior in him.
Yes,
ma'am. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And you made a point.
Yes.
You made a point about therapy, and I feel a little different about therapy.
Okay.
No, but you were right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
But me personally, I feel a little different about therapy because who are the people that are doing the therapy? Are these people that, see, you got to understand, these are a lot of people who grew up telling their moms, go to hell, mom, mind your business, get out of my room, mom, those type of people. Right?
Yeah.
And what happens is that they're trying to give you therapy from a book. The best therapy is from experience and physical application.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep saying that because all of us turned out to be great people that are having a wonderful man cave show, and there's something that we all have in common.
Yeah,
a fast belt switch or something across your back that'll make your hand feel like your body on fire.
Yes.
I'm sitting here talking to y'all, and my mind is going back to the flashback of when I got a whooping, and I'm telling you,
because you don't forget them.
You don't forget them.
You don't forget them. Yes.
Let me tap on this comment right here. Shout out to Latanya Smith. What's up, T-Berry? Good morning. Every child needs discipline, not abuse.
Right. I totally agree.
I'm gonna clap that up.
Okay.
I totally agree.
I'm not advocating abuse.
Not abuse.
Yeah.
Well, what is abuse?
All physical application is abuse, though.
Yeah, hold up. Sometimes there's a thin line, though.
It is.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a thin line, though, with discipline and abuse. Because sometimes some people do go overboard.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I seen this lady arguing with her kid or whatever, and the kid was mouthing off back at it. So she slapped the kid. So the kid actually deserved that.
Okay.
Right.
She slapped the kid, and then it went to she pushed him off the porch.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, now that was crazy.
She pushed him off the porch.
So the slap didn't suffice her.
And
she had to show, listen.
That child didn't get up right away.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Was anything broken?
I don't know, but he didn't get up right away. And you know what I'm saying? Like this, this was like, ooh.
Yeah, like, okay, the slap was one thing. Now you trying to kill a kid.
I think there is definitely a difference between corporal punishment and physical, instruction, application, like D says, and abuse. Now, to go back to what General said, if you were to apply today's society to the way we grew up, they would consider all of that abuse.
Right.
So General is right. Like when you're physically abusing a person, your spirit can tell that you walk up on a situation. Your spirit can tell that that's not right.
Absolutely.
But I just want to know, how do we get to where we are? Because my grandmother worked, my father worked. I went over Nana house. Nana was my neighbor. She wasn't even related to me.
Right.
You hear me?
Right.
And she would pop me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the community literally, I would get a pop from Nana, the lady that's not even related to me.
Yeah.
Now you can't. So what I'm trying to ask is not to be abusive or anything like that, but when do we go from our community checking all of our children, or when Nana was walking down the street and we were playing stickball,
you stopped,
right? And she said, "Hey." You know what I'm trying to say? Because we trying to bust the window out or throw some eggs at somebody. When Nana said no, I stopped. And she wasn't related to me, but that's my Nana.
A lot of the youth, we got to read some of your comments in the chat. Welcome everybody that's trickling into the Man Cave Morning Show. And yes, we are live on multiple platforms right now. The topic is spare the rod, spoil the child. Does that work anymore?
Sparing the rod, I guess.
And from what I'm seeing, a lot of these kids, the youth that I see, they lost the respect for authority figures and the elderly.
I'm gonna tell you why.
They don't have no respect no more for the elderly.
Yes.
Can I tell you why I believe that is? Think about this, people, and I know you probably thought about it because I've thought about it. When you see children who are as big as you guys, children, and they tower over you.
Right.
And these kids nowadays have some unbelievable superhuman strength.
Right.
When you tell them something and they are bold enough to get up in your face Like, you ain't gonna do nothing. And they will fight you like a grown-up on the street.
Right.
It does give you pause.
It does.
Right. So
it gives you pause. I acknowledge that, and I see it. Yeah.
Let me tell you this situation, Jackie. It's funny. Like, I have a neighbor, like, lives 2 houses down from me, right?
Okay.
So she was elderly. She was in a hospital, whatever, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so her older daughters, take care of her.
Yes.
Right. So we were getting ready for the block party and everything, and then we putting up the basketball courts or whatever, and then the kids was bouncing the ball, whatever, and it was sort of between our houses, out in the street, and whatever. So the daughter came out and said, "Excuse me, Norm, can you not, put the basketball court near here because the bouncing disturbs my mother."
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, no problem. I'll move it.
Yes.
The other little kid was like, Dad, she don't own the street.
Right.
She don't own the street. Blah, 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 blah. Well, we just playing ball. Blah, blah. I said, I'm moving it. You can play in front of my house.
Yeah.
And so I just moved it.
Right.
And, so my response wasn't like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of how I was taught.
Yes.
This is, you know what I'm saying?
It's a community.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Respect your neighbor.
And it's my elder. This was my elder. So, but he went right into that mode.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the respect? And it's a total different ball game today.
You ain't kidding. You are not kidding, brother.
You know what? When you were talking about the physical stature, right? I towered over my grandmother at like 12, 13, right?
Yes.
My grandmother had hands forever.
Yes.
And no matter how good and how big I got, she let them hands go.
Like
so what I'm saying is, for whatever reason, there's a fear that a lot of adults have towards children.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother had me and my cousins, we looked like Sasquatches around her.
Right.
And we used to regulate, like we were like her pit bulls. But what I'm saying is, she never displayed fear.
Right.
And even when my grandmother lost her mind with senility and dementia, her hands still go. She beat up her nurse. Like, she always had hands. I'm not saying that it's right to get physical.
Right.
But a lot of parents are afraid for whatever reason of their children. I'm not Superman, Jay. I could take an L.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to take an L, but I will be damned if I am in fear of something that I produced.
Hey, yo,
I cannot look at a child. I will look a child in the eye. You ready to lose your life? And he look, I may not win.
Brought you in this world, but I can take you out.
And I know it sounds, but my mindset is not.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though I can't beat it, the kid might beat my ass.
Yeah.
That's an ass whooping I gotta take.
So I don't know, and I'm gonna clap that out because I understand. I don't know if, like, I'll admit it, I watch a lot of reality television. So it's this one particular show.
It's okay, you can't be all perfect.
It's this one particular show where the mom wanted to reconnect with her son.
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't for it at all.
Okay.
So disrespectful. And she's coming at him with disrespect. And I'm looking at him like, that is you. You and he are the same person.
That's where he learned it from.
You don't see it in him.
Right.
Like, so it obviously, sometimes, they say, okay, you're taught this, yes, but sometimes that DNA, it does more than solve crimes.
So
okay?
the disrespect comes from the parent.
Listen, the other day, and then we're going to read some comments. The other day, my daughter's baby, I still haven't gotten used to that other word, people. So my daughter's baby, she's not even
Nana.
whatever. She's not even 2.
Okay, Granny.
She was the disrespect.
Go ahead, Nana.
She's not even 2, and she was doing something, and I was like, "Don't do that." She did like that to me. Before I knew it, I mushed her. Quick response.
You should have mushed her.
And I had to think about it, because she little, she got spaghetti legs,
but
she
still,
just learning how to walk.
You gonna remember?
She don't even know how to she can't do nothing for herself. Nothing.
No, crazy.
I mushed her.
Crazy thing about it.
That's Nort.
Quick reaction.
That's the bricks.
I'm in a studio session with my dude. With my dude, he's a world-renowned keyboard player, right? And so the singer, she brought her little son to the session.
Oh boy,
here we go.
So so we had to tell him,
here we go.
Don't touch.
Be
don't
quiet.
do this.
Don't touch. Don't touch.
Right.
You know I am
That ain't good.
about
your equipment.
That you spent all that damn money for.
So
thousands of dollars.
He over here on my mixing board, like with the things. My mixing board, like.
I'm done.
Mommy, look.
Break stuff.
And I was like, yo, tell him, stop, whatever. So then my keyboardist, he went over and started touching the keys on the keyboard. So my keyboardist is like, okay, little kid, touching
Time
the keys
is
with.
money.
And then he just started banging on it. He told him to stop. The little kid kicked him right in the shit. Just kicked him right in the shit hard. And like, oh,
I'd have mushed him.
And then
the session would have been over.
And then mom's was like, come over here, sit down, whatever like that. You always doing stuff like that.
Always doing
I just had a physical
like
reaction. I just shook.
Yo, so
What?
So my whole thing was, I'm like, yo, like if and stop bringing your kids, kids to work if you know they act out.
Yo,
if you know you can't even control your own kids, don't put them around a certain environment.
There you go, bro.
So I'm just saying,
Can I have a question for the panel? When my grandmother took me to the bank or wherever, I sit my little sugared high ass
and
down.
Guess what?
Like
we
even
didn't have phones
look,
back then.
Yeah,
Norm.
Occupied.
My grandmother would just look, and I was. How did they manage to regulate? You understand? What I'm saying is, I would never go into the studio and do that because my grandmother trained, sit your ass. Don't you think
Don't
about
touch nothing.
Don't touch nothing.
And they
don't
would say
embarrass me,
nothing. They would say Nathan.
And she wouldn't even have to yell. I would just knew.
I've seen some well-mannered kids walk through these doors, and then I seen some terrible monsters, demons from hell, Tasmanian devils,
putting their hands on everything.
Walk through the doors or whatever, and I'd be like, I get on edge every time because you know what I'm saying. Like I
don't know
what the kids.
You never know what they're gonna do.
I love well-mannered kids.
Me too.
Let's clap that up for the well-mannered kids.
I love well-mannered kids. But if you know your child's gonna run around and open desks and pull on cords and
touch mics
and break things and move level and do all that, no, don't bring them. Don't bring them.
You remember I was doing my show and I brought my grandson here. I had my grandson here with me.
Yeah, and I told him, I said, don't bring his ass no more.
He lied. He's out of control. He's lying.
I said, Dennis, bro,
he lied.
You want to continue doing your show? Don't bring his ass to the station no more because I'm gonna have to check him.
That's hilarious.
But on a more serious note, I brought my grandson here with me one Saturday, and I talked to him outside. I said, listen, when you go in here, this guy, you cannot touch his stuff. I know how you are about your equipment. You don't even want me touching it. So I already...
Yeah, me too.
I just got the okay to handle the class.
You don't even want me touching it. And I do a show here, you don't want me touching it. Said to my grandson, you going to come here, go back and look on my page if y'all think I'm joking. He in the blue sweatsuit. I sat him here. I put his chair back here. I said, sit right here. Don't move. He sat here the whole time, and I felt sorry for him.
Because he probably had to go to the bathroom.
No, not that too. So I brought him over here. I sat him on my lap, and we were singing. And I let him sing with me a little bit just to interact with him and made him go back and sit down.
Right.
But Norm said something that's true. If you know that your kids are out of control, don't bring them nowhere. Don't bring them nowhere. I heard a rapper say in one of his songs, my father couldn't take me nowhere because the way I used to act.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So we're going to read some of the comments. We're going to clap that up. And good for you for setting the law straight the minute you walk into the building. Some people don't do that. They let the kids just run wild and they don't care where they are because that's how they act at home. So we're going to read some of these comments.
Starting from Tyrone Miller.
Let's go to... Miss Franklin? I could do Tyrone. Tyrone Miller. It is important to discipline your children because if you don't, the police will. I would much rather be the person so that the... Okay. I'm sorry. Sometimes people the way they type. Okay. I would much rather be the person, I guess, to be doing the discipline instead of having the police discipline them. The Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child. He said, end of story.
Right.
End of story.
He's right. He's right.
Trust me, I understand.
Phone lines are working now.
Awesome
Call in
sauce.
646-233-1302.
And he made a good point when he said about disciplining your children.
Yeah.
The police will, because all of that's a part of the system.
Yes.
You don't discipline the children at home. They got agencies that kind of scare people into disciplining their children so that they can wind up in prison, which is a very big financial movement for the United States of America.
So I'm going to read some more comments. Vereen Brown said, ghetto kids and rich kids is the worst children.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, okay, so
I'm
what's
gonna
left?
say rich kids are worse.
What's left?
I say rich kids are worse, but that's just me.
Okay. Michael Lamont said, your children are not your friends. That
No, they're
term, when people say, "Oh, my child is my best friend," wait, what?
Yeah,
that's your
Yeah,
kid.
that's crazy.
No, I'm with you on that one. We're cool to a certain degree. Even to this day, my daughter is 30, and she all of a sudden she gets the freeing spirit where she wants to cuss in front of me, and that to me is the ultimate disrespect.
Right.
Don't curse in front of me because I didn't curse in front of my elders.
Right,
You understand?
right.
And everybody was aunt, uncle. I didn't call my aunts and uncles by their first name. These kids nowadays, they call their aunt, uncle, whoever by their first name.
Right.
We have a caller?
Yes.
Cool.
Caller, yes. Lines are open now. We fixed them. All right. Caller from the 732. State your name when you're calling from. You're on the Man Cave Morning Show.
Good morning.
How you doing, Storm and Norm and my Gorilla Cave family? Tyrone, shout out to all you guys out there.
Good morning.
What's good, fam?
Ain't nothing, man. I was just I was checking out the show and I thought it was a really good topic because at the end of the day, like I was saying with the comment, if you don't discipline your kids, the police will.
Absolutely.
I would much rather be the one to administer the discipline because I'm going to do that with love. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to teach them something, you know, not just instill fear in them. The issue is knowledge transfer. For the most part, the reason why these kids is off the hook because we're not available, we don't make ourselves available, or we're just not around for whatever reason. You know, I'm not knocking the single dads that, you know, have issues with the moms or anything like that. I'm just saying the important thing is to be around your kids and be a role model to your kids, but you have to do less discipline and they'll want to always live up to the right expectations if you show them by a good example to a certain degree. You know, you can't control what they do when they're not around you, but you can instill the right thing in them if you make yourself available. So we have to have a presence with these kids.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
this is true.
I agree. Let's clap it up for that, man. Yo, so let me ask you, man. So do you think right now that we've gotten too soft as parents?
I believe that we don't have the same understanding as our parents had. They had a whole different knowledge or foundation of knowledge. They understood core moral values, and a lot of times because we aren't making ourselves available to our kids, it's not that we're soft, we're just not present. You have to have a whole presence. The presence is a whole spectrum of things. It's 360 degrees of separation when you're dealing with a child. You got to teach them every angle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and they will think for themselves. And I think that we take that for granted. It's like we have to know that they're little people.
Right.
You know?
True. So
Right.
true.
Well, thank you, bro. We appreciate you calling in, fam. Keep rocking out the Man Cave Morning Show.
Can you read your wife's comment? I don't want to read it. Read your wife's comment because I need your permission. I don't want you disciplining me up in here.
No, it's all good, man.
That's all
good.
joking, man.
I know.
What was
no,
her
but
comment?
seriously, she has said that rich kids are worse.
Yes.
I think rich kids are worse.
And I just wanted to tap into that because I was talking to a gentleman that I work with who actually owns the company that I work with part-time. And we were talking about, it just so happens, we were talking about whoopings. And he's the type of guy that he doesn't understand boundaries. So I know he's never had his behind whooped. Right. I know he hasn't.
I got you.
He cannot fight. And I don't say that fighting is right, but at least if you're going to have a certain way you conduct yourself coming from money, be able to defend your money mouth. If you can't, keep your mouth closed.
Yes.
He cut somebody off Friday. No, somebody cut us off Friday. He wants to get revenge and ride and tailgate him, scaring me half to death. I'm thinking to myself, if we get in an accident and I get hurt, I'm kicking your butt. That's what I'm thinking. Now, point being, because he grew up with money, never had his behind whooped, never been disciplined, grew up with nannies, and I think that's a great life as long as there's reverence that goes with that. Guy wind up getting ready to get into a fight Friday. He can't scrap, and I'm sitting in the car like a punk because I don't want to have nothing to do with it. It was a brother that was pissed. Like, yo, you get out the car. I was sitting there, I was like, get out. I wasn't. Point being, though, she's right about the thing. I know we got to take that call.
No doubt. Caller from the 347. State your name when you're calling from. You on the Man Cave Morning Show. Welcome.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. What's going on, all? This is Eugene Bussey calling from the ATL.
Hey, welcome, Eugene. Welcome to the show.
All right. Yeah, I definitely wanted to chime in on this. I've had this discussion so many times with so many people, and I found that what worked for me was that I had to get at my kids from the time they were in the crib. Because now they talk about all of this, kids calling. So what happened was, by the time I got to them when they were in the crib, when they got a certain age, probably about 6 or 7, I no longer had to put hands on them. All I had to do was speak. They understood the tone, what was next.
Right.
So, I think that, a lot of people have, and this is firsthand experience, a lot of people have gone soft because I have friends now. I talk to them on the phone, and they're constantly, so-and-so, don't do that. So-and-so, get away from it. And I'm like, your mother didn't let you do that when you were little, because kids always act up on the phone, so you're not disciplining them, then now they're out of control. When you're in public, you can't control them.
Yeah. Facts.
That's correct.
So, I mean,
it's just that people, I think that after going through what some people went through in their childhood, they feel that they're giving their child a break. Like, I didn't like that when I was little, but you're not really giving them a break. You're actually making it worse for them by not giving them discipline, so that they know how to act when they're out in public. They know how to act later on in life, and a lot of that, like some people said, it comes back to bite them, unfortunately, in the long run.
Right.
Not everyone. There are exceptions.
The lack of discipline affects our future. Like when D was talking about, he could tell that this grown man, this adult, had never received discipline or impulse control.
Right.
All the talking in the world for a little child, 3, 4, 5 years old. Their psyche and their intelligence can't handle, how to disseminate information properly.
Right.
So that little pop, that little tap will shock you back into reality. Like the caller said, when they were little, he didn't abuse the children, but he made sure that those synapses fired. So, what? To shock the child back to a type of behavior. As a fencing coach, I deal with weapons. I'm dealing with your children that can physically, you'll take your eye out. Like I deal with 15 of them.
Wow.
Can I physically police all 15? No. So one, I got to weed out the ones that have not been disciplined. Look, then the parents come at me and they say that I'm abusive, not just by, I'm not physical, but just my tone.
Yeah.
Do you know these parents attack me for my tone? And I say, ma'am, sir, let your kid leave.
Yeah.
There is a time and a place where children have to learn how to control their impulses, because we live in a society that when you're black, just your look could get you killed.
Yes.
So if you're unable to control your impulses, you're setting yourself up for failure. So again, if we don't start when they're young, like the caller said, it makes it that much more difficult to get to the kid.
Absolutely.
You know, we live in a society where people are afraid of us.
Yeah.
So discipline is key and paramount.
Absolutely. Caller, we want to thank you for calling in to the Man Cave Morning Show. We appreciate you.
Hey, no problem.
ATL, respect.
No doubt. Let's read some of the comments,
Okay.
Jay.
So Julius Gray said, it's a tone of voice
Yes.
or the look.
Looks
If
important.
mom or dad gave you that side eye, you better stop. Remember that look?
Of course,
It's
I grew up with that look.
If you turned that head and you ain't even have to speak a word, and they automatically knew we did to get in line if we were out of pocket.
If
All
I'm,
right?
If I'm
Yeah.
coaching 20 kids,
Yeah.
what else do I have?
Yeah.
But the look.
Yes. All right. Then he says, if they he said if they want to call, I guess the police or DIFUS, they got to reach the phone first.
Agreed.
Okay, so meaning you might not get there. Fareen Brown, she said, awareness is needed for our society. A little discipline and love. Okay.
Read Susan Moore. She wrote something
Hey,
very
Wiz.
interesting.
Sue Moore McGee.
Okay. How far down?
All the way down. You want me to read it?
Yeah,
Read
please.
it. Read it. We can.
Please.
All
Thank
right,
you.
it says, my dad whooped my behind, and so I thought I was a bad person and have disliked myself ever since. I was scared to death of him.
Wow.
And I do not believe in physical punishment.
Wow.
But some of these kids may need it. I'm not convinced of this, however.
Okay.
She brings up an interesting...
It worked for some people. Some people, it can have like a lifelong backlash. So we get it. Go ahead.
In our culture,
Mm-hmm.
we corporally instruct. That's the culture that we come from. I'm not demeaning someone else's culture.
Yeah.
Right.
In our culture, that's what we do.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to bring up this case. Y'all remember this case about Ethan Couch, affluenza teen released from jail?
I remember him. Oh, he looks terrible.
Yeah, because we were talking about rich kids are worse.
He was rich.
So this was the story. Real.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I gotta add.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bang, bang.
All right. So we're gonna talk about Ethan Couch right now.
Okay. So a young Texas man who initially avoided jail time in a deadly driving case by invoking affluenza has been released from jail after 2 years. Ethan Couch, 20, made headlines in 2013 when his lawyer blamed affluenza, arguing his client was too rich and spoiled to tell right from wrong. Couch was found guilty of driving, which left 4 people dead. He initially avoided prison and was given probation. He was later jailed when he violated his sentence. So this is what happened. He was driving drunk, and then he said affluenza caused it, and plus they put the rich kid syndrome. He got everything he ever wanted.
He was too privileged.
His parents never told him no, and that kind of nonsense.
Yeah, but
then
right.
So I'm giving you guys just a little recap. So this particular kid, what happened was he got caught doing another drinking video that he wasn't supposed to be drinking. That was a part of his probation. That's what led him to go to jail. Not the fact that he killed 4 people. The fact that he got somebody videotaped him, sent it to TMZ, and this was some years back, sent it to TMZ, and that's what happened. Then he and his mother flew out the country.
Ooh, let that have been one of us.
And they caught him. So I'm just giving you guys a recap because I remember the story because I'm thinking, what kind of world do we live in?
So, a racist world.
Because he got probation. He killed 4 people and he got probation. And only reason that he went to jail was because TMZ posted a video of him drinking again and jumping on a table and crashing the table to the floor. They were doing that throw the ball in a cup type drinking that they do in college. Yes. Go ahead.
Read that on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So affluenza, which derives from the word affluence.
Yes.
Means the state of having a great deal of money
and wealth.
All right.
Because I'm rich. I don't know how to act.
All right.
Go ahead.
Real quick. And it's about this kid with this influenza, right? If you really think about it, the lawyer that presented this case to the judge had to know from a cultural, see, this was culturalism right here. Because you know daggone well that the judge had to be of same descent to be able to relate to this influenza situation. But what's sad about it is that, okay, we agree. We know that the kid didn't know right from wrong. We understand that.
Yeah.
But how do you get somebody to feel sorry for you, to give you 10 years probation, and you killed 4 people, and your only excuse is that he didn't know any better because he was rich?
Right.
Yes.
So now, the term affluenza, the correct definition for that is a social theory claiming that individuals with very privileged and wealthy backgrounds sometimes struggle to determine the difference between right and wrong due to the nature of their upbringing, also known as sudden wealth syndrome.
They made that up. They made that up after that case.
So
they made that word up after that case and the definition.
Come on, y'all.
So
come on, y'all.
You have a clear-cut case where a young man does not have to take accountability for his action because he's white and he's male. Let's be clear. Now, why do I make this racial? In our community, people are hypercritical of our behavior.
Yes.
If our children misbehave, we are indicted as a group, as a people. We're criminals. We're of low moral character, right? Our children are expected to know how to deal with the police. They have to know they're not allowed to be children. That young man just made a mistake. We're thugs and animals and whatever. On the other hand, when you're dealing with, let's say, a white male who can't delay gratification, right?
Yes.
Then he's excused from young man. That's a 20-year-old man, whereas a 13-year-old child playing with a gun is viewed as a man and murdered, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
So again, you're bringing the show down. You're bringing the show down. Listen, that also has a racial component because I don't give a damn if that was Oprah's son.
Yeah.
If he was black, his black ass would be in jail, right? So
the jail.
So this affluenza is another word for white male privilege.
Wow.
Which keys into racism, which keys into poor impulse control, which keys into I don't believe that corporal punishment, because when you don't have to take accountability for your actions, you don't understand cause and effect. So the little pop that you get, you don't understand that you caused it.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
yes.
I'm sorry I killed your son. I was suffering from affluenza because I didn't know right from wrong.
Wow.
You know, because I've been privileged.
Stop it, Shaka.
I've been privileged all my life. You know what I'm saying?
And never had to take accountability for anything I've ever done or said.
That is crazy. So I'm gonna read some of the comments. I cannot pronounce this first name. Ciardi? Did I pronounce that right?
Ciardi, yes.
Ciardi Franklin.
That's it.
Guys, then wouldn't the opposite be true that some of us wouldn't know how to act by being around crime and extreme poverty? Brokefluenza?
I got a question.
For sure.
I have a question.
Yeah, broke affluenza. I like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm broke and I don't got nothing. I'm there for excuse for my actions.
I have a question.
Because I don't understand right from wrong.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And I just want to make sure that I need you guys' help with this.
Okay.
So we agree that according to the definitions that Norman read, that influenza does play a part on people's judgment, right?
Okay.
So
sure.
we agree on that, right?
Yeah.
So we're basically saying because they're privileged, they're wrong, and they shouldn't be punished, or they should suffer some type of backlash, correct?
Okay, well, I think they should be punished.
They
like
should be held accountable for what they did.
I just want to get everybody's opinion.
They should be held accountable for their actions.
They should be held accountable.
Of
period.
course.
Like we are.
So, what is the excuse for the influenza person that's head of the state?
Oh, that's another story.
I know it's another story,
but he suffers from affluenza.
Yes.
That's my point.
And now, brother, I love you.
That's my point.
And now that person is leader of the free world.
So if that's
and you rolling with this bullcrap, you support this.
So if that's the case,
okay.
So if that's the case,
I'm not impressed.
Yes.
My little thousandaire, I'm not a millionaire. My little thousandaire between $100,000 $1,000 account, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense for me to be stressed out, and doesn't make sense for me to react to someone saying to me, "Freeze, get on the ground." That there's no excuse for that. And
yeah,
I'm not,
she just gave you one, right? Brokefluenza. We can use that. Good job. We can use that.
And what stands above all of this is race-uenza.
Because we're suffering from all of that. All of that, okay?
Please.
And then some, all right? Yes. So Susan Moore said, you're right, Dawood. It is so very racist. Why do you think all these shooters are white? There is a reason. white male privilege.
Okay, so Wiz, thank you. Listen. Okay, one of the most dangerous things on the planet is a young white male, and it's so funny how we live in a culture that continually pushes the stereotype of the brutish, thuggish African American. Right? They're so big. They're so strong. What does big and strong have to do with a bullet? Now, it's good for me to be big and strong when I play sports to make money for fun.
Right.
So my physical attributes are acceptable there. Or when I was a slave in the field, to be physical there, that's acceptable. Or maybe sleeping with a white woman, that's acceptable. But just walking down the street, those same physical traits are not accepted. So the fact that we have this pathological inability to talk about young white men that have poor impulse control, that then have access to weapons, money, lawyers, the president of the United States, grab them by the pussy. They love it. I can do whatever I want and rah.
That caught me by surprise.
Right? The president of the United States grew up in that culture.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're suffering. People are losing their lives at our pathological inability to speak to white men.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
All right.
Period.
All right. Clap that up. All right. So, did you want to read that, or you just posted that so everybody else can read it?
That's deep.
No, I just wanted to show everybody the definition of affluent.
Okay, so I'm gonna go on. So Danielle Spencer said, "I hope that the victim's family got some of that affluenza money from his family. Not that it will make up for their loss mentally. That's true." That is so true. You haven't even heard anything about that. It just made news that he was just released after the slap on the wrist. And again, it wasn't for the ruining for family lives.
Yeah, not killing people.
It was for him basically getting caught drinking on a video that his friends was posting, and someone, of course, had to sell it to TMZ.
So let's look at it like this. All right. So on one hand, we got a term made up, created,
definitely.
affluenza. And then you have ADD.
Okay.
For children. These are all the terms that we're applying to youth. You know what I'm saying? So we got affluenza over here and ADD, attention deficit disorder.
Yes.
Which is more legit? I mean, what's a more legitimate diagnosis? You know what I'm saying? Like to me, ADD, I could rock with that more so than I could rock with affluenza.
Okay. Yes.
That's just an excuse
to not be accountable.
Yeah, to not be accountable.
Affluenza is just 2018 racism veiled with another terminology.
Yeah.
To say, listen, rich white privileged people could do whatever the hell they want.
I'm privileged. I got money. I can do what I want to do.
ADD. Now, there is some validity to it, but there's also pharmaceutical companies making up disorders,
of course,
so that they can get paid. Because when me and Norm and Dee drank Kool-Aid on Saturday afternoon, and we were fidgeting around and stuff like that, that wasn't ADD. That was sit your ass down.
Yeah, that was that sugar.
There was no drug, whatever that said.
Yeah,
you have to over medicate us or whatever. Like,
yes,
we were just kids that had energy.
This is true. So let's see. Susan Moore. She said it's the parents' fault. They ought to be in prison too. And she's right. She's right. Do you know that a lot of states now, like they used to have this thing that if your child missed school,
I love you.
Right? If your child missed school,
in my community,
they locked you up.
Happened to me.
Yeah.
You understand?
In my community, if your kids don't go to school,
happened to
your
me.
black ass get locked up.
Listen,
the parents.
Listen, I know this to be a fact.
Yes.
They would get the parents. So, because you're going to be held accountable for your child. Oh, your child not here by 8:35? All right, 8:45.
But you're not.
Calling truancy.
But you're not accountable when your child kills 4 people. Okay.
Crazy. It happened to you?
Happened to me. Y'all just made me go real nostalgic just now. I got mad sitting there when y'all said that. My daughter used to live with me. I lived in Highland Park. Most of y'all know Highland Park is a very Jewish white area.
Okay.
Always was there when the teachers called me, whenever the case may be. My daughter used to come stay with her mother on the weekends. I didn't know she wasn't bringing her back to school because all I would know is by the time I got home from work, she'd be there. So I'm thinking she was in school.
Right.
I get a letter, come to the house. My daughter takes the letter, throws it away, saying that I had to come to court because.
So you never saw the letter?
Never saw the letter.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm in Highland Park. Just so happens I knew a couple of the cops out there. Hey, Dennis, man, you know there's a warrant out for your arrest. Coming out to the station. Warrant for my arrest for what? Truancy. Go down there. I go before the judge. Said, and the principal stuck up for me. He said, "This guy's always here. Don't know what this case is. Do you know the judge said to me? Listen at how he said it. Now, he says to me, the fact that your daughter is in our school system.
Oh.
You should at least make sure she doesn't miss days."
Like what, we in 1945?
Right. Now, I want to let you know that my instinctual physical application was to come over the everything and get back there to this judge and choke him with his robe. I'm going to be honest with you.
I understand.
So, meanwhile, he says, and if you don't have $200, $250 to pay for this bail, I said, well, first of all, I said, I'm being arrested for something that had nothing to do with me. Let me speed this up because I'm looking at me. Point being, and he get me nervous when he looks at me.
Yeah.
I know you are, man.
Go ahead,
but most of the point that I'm making is that you're absolutely right. I used to feel like, oh, it's just that way. This isn't racial. But now, since you guys are talking and playing this back in my mind, you're not convincing me that it's racial. I'm just starting to look at it. A lot of this has to, even with the whooping the influential. That's all I want to say.
So, question: did you pay the bail?
I had to, or they were going to arrest me right then. They were going to arrest me right then, and I was like,
I'm not gonna lie. Where was your daughter? Cause she'd have got a whooping when we got home.
Well,
I'd have took my $250 out on that ass.
That's the thing right there. So I called up her mom and I was like, look, it's not my fault that she was not getting back. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking you guys bringing her back to school and you weren't.
So it was miscommunication.
That's a dumbass law, though.
It is.
To lock up the parent, because then with it, you know what I'm saying?
It is.
Because then the child.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He going to an empty home now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
No guidance.
This is true.
No guidance. Okay, let's lock up the parents.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
no guidance. You just you causing a bigger problem.
Yeah, some of these laws don't make sense.
That's
some
right
of these
up there
laws
with
don't make sense. But I think the reason for them making this law to make sure your kids come to school. You understand what I'm saying? If you go to work and you have to be to work at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, you're assuming, if you have teenage children or middle age, like the kids in middle school, you're assuming that they're going to school. And if you get that phone call that they're not in school, now what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's something the child might have done. They might have waited for you to go to work and act like they was going to school and went somewhere else.
Go around the corner.
You should be arrested for that.
In that case, I'm punished for being working class.
Yeah.
I got to be on the job at 7:30. The kid got to be to school at 7:30. What the hell? The kid got to go to school.
Yeah.
Now I'm being penalized.
Yeah.
Now you're going to take me out of my home. He's going to be more truant that I'm not around. But I get you. That's America.
Yes.
That's America. What you going to do?
Okay. That's so terrible.
It's so true.
You got to be penalized.
We got a lot of comments.
Yes, I'm going to read some. So Danielle Spencer, she said, he will be arrested again for shooting up a Walmart. We talking about the affluenza.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Listen, terrible.
All jokes aside.
So Eugene Boosie said, lock up the parent for truancy and lock up your child if you beat them. Then when they act out later and in life police, shoot them. And get off for it.
Who said that?
Eugene Boosie.
Eugene, you're brilliant.
Yes. Julius Gray said, Smutty, it's lit today, bro. Oh, he's talking to someone. Gotta watch from the beginning.
Okay.
We appreciate that. All right, so I'm gonna move on. Smutty, good morning. Or is this good afternoon? All right. So we're gonna go to Susan Moore. The white elite is killing blacks. Somebody needs to call somebody. It is disgusting. Sorry, I know it's another topic. This is true. Susan Moore. So Susan Moore, the government has positioned our black children, our black children, causing cancer and making money off black people. dumbing down black kids. Y'all know this already.
Okay.
Right?
That is thank you,
Yes.
Susan. That is another show.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yes,
We do,
people
and we
are
get it.
killing black people for sure, not just by police bullets. But
Yes,
go ahead.
Danielle
Moving along.
Spencer. She said, "People only care when they are affected directly." Gerald Rivera is the perfect example on Bill Maher's show. He says 45 has always been nice to him and his family. Screw the rest of the United States and its citizens. 45. I'm sorry. It clicked. The president, 45.
Well, that guy.
Okay. I didn't even think. I'm like, what's 45?
I thought you was talking about a gun that does very
Listen,
powerful damage.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought she was talking about beer.
No.
Remember,
That- that's-
45.
It
So
seems
you
like
talking about beer.
45 is a very negative
What is
connotation of guns that do damage, beer.
Hello. I'm sorry.
You call them 45.
Sometimes my mind just don't work well. I was like, wait, what? Okay. Vereen Brown, she said, stigma play a role of our black America is for rich folks, not stigma black folk.
Okay, so
Hey,
you're
break
talking
that
about,
down for me, please.
You're talking about class and you're talking about race. So race, we're black, blah blah blah, and then class, which means you don't have money. So you're black and without money.
Okay.
That is a stigma. That's a double whammy. That's what
Got
she's
you.
saying.
Okay.
Right.
Totally get
Class
it.
and race.
Wow. So Vereen Brown, she said, my oldest son is 38 years old, and I can look at him number one, and he know. She
Right.
said we were sitting at the marina, and the boater offered my son a hit of a joint. Hell no, not in front of me. Understood.
Now unless
Even
I
at
can get a tote.
Stupid clown.
I can't, but I get it. Even
That's
at
disrespectful.
at 38, she look at him and he know, nah, man, my mom's here. Don't do that.
Right.
That's because a different time, and these kids have so much more now. So you take away a cell phone, you take away a computer, you take away cable. Their iPads, their whatever it is that they're using, and you know what? Then they think of ways to kill you.
Yo,
These are facts. They think while they sit up in their room, because you done took all of the stuff from them that
But
they're so
if
used
you-
to having, and then they think of ways to kill
let me
you.
flip it. Let me flip it real quick and bring up the story about the grandma.
Okay.
About the grandma. So just in case y'all don't know this. So this grandma just got 20 years. She got 20 years. For those that don't. Let's
Yes.
let's read that.
Okay. So in Adele, I guess that's Louisiana, LA. I'm not sure what the LA is for.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Louisiana.
know. Okay. Thank you for that history lesson. The adoptive grandmother of a 16-year-old from Perry who starved to death last year admitted she failed to seek medical attention for the dying girl, and that she locked her two adoptive sisters in the room with her. I apologize. Okay, so I'll start over. So the adoptive grandmother, her name is Carla Boutsman, 63, was sentenced to 20 years in a prison Friday after pleading guilty to neglect of a dependent person, accessory after the fact, obstruction of prosecution, 2 counts of false imprisonment, and 2 counts of child endangerment. She starved her grandkids. So I'll read it again. She was the adoptive grandmother of a 16-year-old from Perry, and she starved the girl last year, and she didn't seek medical attention, and she even had the girl 2 other sisters in the room as the girl died.
All right, that's
She's
demonic.
depraved.
Hold on.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's demonic energy, because do you know how long it takes a human being to die from starvation?
You feel sorry for the grandmother?
I don't feel sorry for her.
You feel sorry for her?
She burns in hell.
Wow.
Like, really? And look, did you see the lawyer's face?
Hope she burns in hell.
Did you see his face,
To
though?
do that to
Yeah,
a
he looked
child,
like she smelled.
and then have the other children watch the child die
That's how he
from
looked,
starvation?
Yeah.
Like she smelled.
His face, look
demonic,
at his
bro.
face. He's like, I don't believe y'all got me.
The devil can cry too.
Sitting here with her,
That's the
like
devil right
this
there,
is
son.
terrible. You know, I can't even imagine.
20 years too
20
excessive.
years.
Too excessive.
God, no, you can't bring that girl back. That's no.
You starved your own grandchild while the other grandchildren watched. You sick, bro.
No,
you need to be locked away forever.
She should have got life.
Yep, 20 ain't enough.
Listen, life. No possibility of parole because you had to have some thought in
What
that.
is your rationale for starving a child? What you got for me? Other than you the devil. Well,
Yeah.
I don't come on. Next.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Neglect
Like, go
is,
ahead.
and shout out to
Yeah.
Marine. Neglect is a serious crime.
Yes.
When it comes to children.
Yes.
it is.
Serious
You're
crime.
right. You're right, man.
Starving a child to death. Oh my God.
On a lighter note.
Yes.
Oh God.
What
this
happened?
one. This one you pulled. Story that's in the New York Post today. That's crazy.
On a lighter note, humiliated teen says school made her cover her protruding nipples.
She got in trouble. The regular shirt. No, but why are you looking at her?
Because it's distractive. Okay, so the principal, here we go, bear with us. A Florida student says she was humiliated when school officials decided her protruding nipples were a distraction and asked her to hide them with Band-Aids.
No.
Band-Aids.
Go ahead.
So Lizzie Martinez, 17, claims she was called into the dean's office Monday at Brandon River High School, where she was told that her lack of a bra was drawing stares from other students.
And you too.
That's what it's about.
All right.
So you're okay.
She told me that I needed to put. Now it was a female. For those who thought it was a male. She told me that I needed to put a shirt on under my long sleeve shirt to try to tighten my breasts to constrict them. Martinez told the newspaper, and then she asked me to move around. Bounce, baby, bounce. Because I want to make sure you good. But the second layer wasn't up to the dean's satisfaction, Martinez says, and she was directed to the nurse's office where she was handed Band-Aids to cover each nipple.
Wow.
So you where are you with this, guys?
There's a whole lot of areola attention going
I'm saying,
on here.
now is that excessive? Is that excessive as far as discipline? Was the dean wrong?
I don't think she was wrong. Honestly, I don't.
Go ahead.
And want to know why?
You don't think the dean was wrong?
No, I don't think she was wrong.
Why?
Because it could be a distraction. Let me tell you
help
why.
If you wait,
no, but I'm gonna tell you why. Let me tell you
right.
why.
Sue, parents sue.
Let me tell you why I think it's a distraction. It's going to give her unwarranted attention.
Yeah, I agree.
These little horny boys are in school running around trying to everybody they can get, as they like to say. What's the word they like to say? They smash. They like to say that, right? So 1 second. So that is going to cause a problem. So I don't think she was wrong. And if she did it to protect the girl, kudos to her for bringing it to her attention. First of all, why are you in school at 17 without a bra on? You understand? If you know that your nipples are very exploitive and somebody could be like, oh my God, it's shocking. So why would you not wear a bra or even wear a t-shirt underneath your shirt? I don't think she was wrong. I don't care. Nope, she wasn't wrong. Go ahead.
What I was gonna say is 16-year-old little boys. Listen, I went to an all-boys school. Ms. Worth was like 57 at the time and not attractive. You understand? You gonna put a 17-year-old Sheba in front of me, Jack? I about to have lost my mind. Now, to Norm's side, I agree, put a bra on.
Yeah.
Now, when you're starting to say, put Band-Aids around the nipples,
that's excessive.
That might be a little... I might have to go with
I don't
Norm.
think it is.
And I wouldn't have looked at it, but that's excessive.
I got you.
Like, put a bra on, sister. But then to say, put the Band-Aid on top,
Yeah, that's a little.
That's a little. So she puts the bra on, comes back before.
No,
the
she didn't have a
principal-
bra. She had a T-shirt on. She put another T-shirt underneath her
so there
shirt.
okay. So wait. So then I want to correct. So if she didn't put a bra on,
She didn't put a bra on.
okay. So yeah, 2 T-shirts and some Band-Aids. I'm with you.
Well,
I support that. Cover yourself.
Well, here's
boys
the-
are lunatics.
Yeah, that's true. But here's the thing. I mean, wouldn't it just have been better to tell the girl to go home and change? That's simple.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what would have happened with us.
Wouldn't it have been
point.
that simple to just say, sweetie, listen, we want to protect you. Make sure that nobody's coming after your areola.
Yes.
Coming after your areola.
Go and change your clothes.
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
I
Norm,
agree with
'cause
you,
I
sir.
know you feel some type of
agree
way
with
about
you.
this.
No, I mean, she was wearing something, from what I understand, because she was wearing something similar to that. You know, I mean,
That's the picture she's showing, but that picture looked like it was taken at home. So we don't know. Now, if you're wearing that type of T-shirt and you don't have a bra on, listen, I'm a B100. I'm a female, right?
it's a long sleeve shirt. It's not low cut.
I
and
doubt
it's-
that's
It's
the
not
shirt she was
exposing
wearing.
much. You know what I mean?
I really doubt that's the shirt she was wearing in order for this principal. And let me tell you something. The principal probably had no clue. You know how many kids are in a school? So someone probably had brought that to the principal's attention, and she addressed it as the facilitator of that school. Again, I look at it like she's concerned. She want to protect her. And I've seen women without bras who have big nipples. Them things look like elbows.
I would rather, as the principal, you come after me for saying I was too obsessive, then I got to deal with unwanted attention from the
Boys.
barbarians that
And
are
then
the
the
male
other girls.
species.
And then don't
And
let's
the
throw in the
hate
girls.
of other girls and
That's
prepubescent
a tricky age.
jealousy and all this other crazy
I get that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Nah.
So, all right. So
put the bra on and get out my
one,
face.
why she didn't have no bra on? Maybe she didn't have no clean bras or whatever.
Or-
I mean, look.
Yeah, I see his point. I see his point.
honest.
You don't
Okay.
know.
Yes.
So she
Go to
she came to
Walmart and
school.
buy that child a bra.
She came to school, whatever, like that. So if the nipples, you know what I'm saying, was protruding. First of all, who brought it to whose attention,
Yeah.
or whatever?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know,
Yes.
there's so many
Yeah.
many different
variables.
yeah,
got
variables
it.
in this
Yes.
situation. I don't know. And the child says she felt humiliated, and this
Okay.
is why I guess it made
With the
post.
Band-Aids.
And then the parents, I guess her parents was
Okay,
embarrassed.
I'm gonna say this to you.
Okay.
The only way she could have felt humiliated is if she told someone. Because if you come to me, Norm, and you say, "Listen, Jackie, I'm gonna need you to wear a bra to the studio."
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You telling me that in confidence.
Right.
You're not gonna tell me that around people.
Right.
And for me to go to the nurse, you're sending me to the nurse because I changed, but it still was not helping. Okay, I need you to go to the nurse. I need you to have her maybe put some type of adhesive on it to just dumb them down just a little bit. I'm not going to look at it like I'm offended. And first of all, I may not tell anybody because I may be embarrassed. So why am I
Look.
going to tell someone? So how do we know about this story? Because she went and told
That's
people.
an attention grab for a student that wants to have attention in his selfie
And I look at it
generation.
like this. If you're in
That's
a
all
high
that is.
school, and like I said, you're around, first of all, you have females who are very catty at that age.
Yeah,
Then you
they
have
wanna
boys who the first thing they thinking is, look at her nipples. Oh my God. Now you're on World Star and whatever else social media, and your boobies
Why?
are protruding.
Wait.
That is
Why?
what she wore.
That's
Yeah,
what she
that's
Okay,
wore.
what she
listen. Why is this story even have traction? Why?
Because
Cover
it's news.
yourself, go
Oh,
back to your
no.
class and shut
Because
up.
of Florida school, because it's going to be an issue now.
Yeah.
It's going to be an issue of.
I bet you it's with the Me Too and all that.
Oh.
Trust me, it's
of-
going to be a
of the
problem.
schools,
Yes.
of the schools deciding on what's
What's
the children,
appropriate to wear.
Yeah, what's appropriate, what's
Listen,
not appropriate.
So let me say this. Also, let's just, since we on that, we know we are in the spring. Prom is coming up. So what about these outfits that these young girls wear?
Listen to me. I'm going to always side on a young lady, the woman, the grown woman, or whatever, covering up as opposed to whatever. If I'm going to be in a fight, you're going to be fighting me talking about you told my daughter to put a bra on, rather than you saw my daughter was getting this unwarranted attention. You saw how
Yes.
teenagers responded to her and reacted to her, whatever. Like so this Me Too feminism, blah 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 blah. Stop.
I get it.
Stop.
I
you
get
gotta
it.
cover yourself up.
Yeah,
it is what
I
it
get
is.
it. So that's a lot of these principles nowadays. You know, my children are out of school, but my children graduated when people weren't coming to prom with nothing on. Low cut dresses, stuff, you know, splits up to the hip bone. You understand what I'm saying? So that's unwarranted attention that you're going to see.
So here's the thing. Here's the reason why I'm on the other side of the fence.
All right.
This is what she was wearing.
Right,
so if she didn't
Okay.
have, if she didn't have no bra on, it doesn't look like she that well endowed anyway. No disrespect.
Right,
But
right.
I'm just saying, if
Yes.
she's a little girl, if she didn't have no bra on,
Okay.
all right, and wearing that, and her nipples just happen to be shown or whatever like that,
Yeah.
you know, which is just part of the woman's anatomy. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we go too far with what's inappropriate sometimes to me. I'm just saying, I don't see her wearing this as a problem.
Okay, if that's the T-shirt that she had on, I don't see it as a problem. Not that
Even if the
particular
nipples were
T-shirt.
protruding.
But let's just take into accountability here. If she's in gym class and she does not have a bra on, that can be a distraction. If your boobies are jumping up and down, that can be a problem. And a bra will help constrict that. So I don't think that the administrator was wrong. Cover that up.
Look, I think I
Put a
know.
bra on.
I think
Put a
I
bra
know
on.
what the problem is, and I'm just saying this physical anatomy of this young lady. When I was growing up, we used to call women that didn't have breasts, girls that didn't have breasts that went past a certain part, we call them anthills. When you have anthills, they're gonna protrude more because they're not hanging. You know what I mean?
Oh,
No,
okay.
seriously,
I see
they're
what
not
you're
hanging.
saying. I see what you're saying.
My wife did it, kicked her out to school.
If her breasts were, if
What?
the breast was in the normal pattern and they had been directed toward the ground, then the nipple wouldn't have protruded.
Yeah.
But because the anthill syndrome of which the young lady possessed, meaning that they only went to a certain point and that the nipple areola area was actually forced to protrude to the shirt. So it is an attack. And the reason why she felt humiliated, though, all jokes aside, is because they probably made her look at herself, stare at her chest, and
Got
she
you.
realized
Okay,
that,
so-
you know,
That makes sense.
If I
probably
may,
stared
then
at
we
her
move
chest
on.
and
That makes
realized
sense.
that.
Watch this. Humiliation is a part of childhood. Shut up. I was humiliated when I missed the ball. I was humiliated when they said, ow, 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 and people made fun of my widow. Stop with the sensitivity. In this hypersensitive society where, you know, women are hypersensitive to the way they're perceived or if they're touched or whatever, I'm always going on the side of modesty. Now, in terms of humiliation, it happens, kid. You don't get picked for the you don't get picked for the baseball team. Your titties too big, they too small. You understand what I'm saying? That's part of growing up. Shut up, put a bra on, and go get your ass back to class.
But that was our growing up. So our growing up, we were a little tougher, thicker skin. You know what I mean? These kids today, they commit suicide over the craziest things.
So how do we I got you. So how do we square hyperactive to any male attention? Any attention that a male gives to a female is like, oh my God, you trying to half rape me? As opposed to your nipples are protruding. Which one do you want then?
Right.
I'm confused.
Right, I see your point.
No, for real. I'm confused. Like, come on, man.
Kenny Johnson said she should not have left the house without a bra.
Period.
Okay. And she also said in school and at work, wear a bra.
Period.
I mean,
Period.
That's what
Then
they
we
make
ain't having no discussion.
Listen, when you're home, you want to go braless, pantyless. That's fine. But I think work, church, and school are places that you should always wear a bra and always wear panties. That's just me.
Now go ahead and
That
tell me
to
I'm old fashioned because I want a woman to wear a bra.
listen,
Oh my God. Shut up.
Listen, work, church, and school. Wear a bra.
man.
Wear your panties. Anywhere else, do you.
This
but
ain't your
in
living
those
room.
places,
This ain't your living room.
to me, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Well, damn, bro.
All right?
Please.
I'm just saying.
I guess I need to stop wearing fitted shirts. I'm offended now. I ain't wearing no more fitted shirts and have
So-
my chest are protruding.
Your sexiness just driving them too.
I
Yeah,
cannot.
bro.
I'm done.
So-
I'm wearing
That's
fitted
right.
shirts
That's
now.
right.
It's Sandy Bradley. She said she was humiliated because she realized what her breasts looked like I'm that shirt that day.
Okay.
She said kids were probably calling her names after that. It's very possible.
I got you.
Because kids are mean.
I got you. And sorry, I got called a lot of names. I survived. That's part of growing up, Duke.
And
toughen
yes.
up.
And
Toughen up.
Rayanne Cuthbert, she said people dress a certain way because they do want attention.
Of course.
Facts.
You're telling me you're 17 years old and you don't know your breasts is all over the... Shut up.
And then Rayanne said, Dennis, you better not stop. Keep wearing them tight shirts.
Yeah, you got a fan. That's right.
Not in this here juke joint.
This here I juke joint, Hoppo.
Not in this here. You gonna wear it. Not in this here.
It's
No,
so
juke
incredible.
joint.
Hoppo, who that man?
Who that man? Hoppo, this here I juke joint.
Kenny Johnson said, yes, tell him, Jackie. That's right. Church, work, and where else? School.
Yes.
Wear the panties and bra. Please.
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 Anywhere else, that's your business.
Act like we got some sense,
Okay?
please.
Yes.
Ain't that new? Damn, ain't got to wear bras now? What the hell?
Like I get it. I get it. You want to be free, right? Look at this. See the
that's
nonsense?
Norm caught my attention
See
with what
See that? This is what I'm talking about. Like
it
when
ain't funny, I'm just laughing.
you know, because like I said, remember I said earlier, prom is coming up. The outfits are getting more and more Love and Hip Hop, more and more Atlanta Housewives,
Let me tell
more
you.
and more Not There. When does
I
it
am
stop?
the father of a 16-year-old athlete.
Yeah.
My daughter's very beautiful and she's very curvaceous. You understand?
Yeah.
You going to dress with some modesty. That's what you going to do. I don't give a damn what these people are saying, what y'all think, whatever. Like, my daughter gets attention in a baseball cap.
Yeah.
And my sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Grown men catcall at her when she's trying to cover herself. Now, can you imagine? I don't know if Norm is showing that crap on the screen.
This
but
is
he's
the
half-dressed little
I
girl.
get what you're saying.
Get out of my face.
I totally get it because my daughter was 13. I'm never ever going to forget it. I apologize. She was 12. We was on our way to church. I let her get out the store. You know that you gotta get the kids a little candy before service so they can have something to do. Cause you know they ain't listening to the word.
Yeah.
Okay. We stopped at the store and this particular man stopped my daughter. I rolled down my window. I said, yo, my man, she's 12. He said, oh my God, I didn't know. Yeah, like back on up. She's 12 and she was thick. So these clothing are not made for these young people, in my opinion. Because if I had been 12 or 13 rocking some of the stuff that the girls are wearing now, oh my God, my mother would have ripped me a new one.
One more thing and then I'll move on. You're talking about I have a right. I had an argument with a feminist here a couple of months ago. I have a right. I got it this. I got it that. My daughter is on a train coming back from Manhattan at this engineering program. Okay, with her other friend, and I'm not with her.
Yeah.
A man got on the subway and started masturbating in front of her.
Oh my God.
Now, how you think I felt? Now, if that happened in front of me, I'm breaking his jaw. So what I'm trying to say is, when you're talking about the freedom of women and this and that and the third,
yeah,
I'm sorry, no unnecessary attention. Jackie, in your baseball cap and your flip flops, going to the store to get some milk. Animals,
yes.
So now you telling me nipples all out and butt hanging? Shut up.
Right.
Shut up.
So think about this. So Danielle Spencer said, those male teens get excited when the wind blows.
I know I did.
And they ain't gonna do nothing.
This is a great time for boys to learn restraint and #MeToo essentials. So again, going back to the story that we were talking about with the young lady where the principal told her to get some Band-Aids to cover her nipples because they were sticking out too much. I get where she was coming from. And maybe I understand it more because I'm a mom and because I'm a female. You understand? For a lot of men, they would be like, I don't see no problem with that. That's the problem.
Right.
You don't see a problem with that.
I'm a male. I understand.
Yes.
No, but I do see a problem.
You get it? You get it,
You're
though.
right.
Yes.
Some men
Yes,
don't.
Norm.
All right, go ahead.
Y'all started, so I pulled up some prom pictures.
Please,
Prom
some
season.
prom dresses.
No, for real.
And
Watch
we want
this.
we
Watch this,
want y'all to be
This is
honest.
crazy.
Watch this.
If y'all feel
Watch
some of
this
these
shit.
dresses,
Go ahead.
prom dresses,
You tell me.
are inappropriate.
You tell me.
Jackie,
Yeah.
you're the only female on the panel, Man Cave Morning Show.
Yes.
Be honest.
You know I will.
Would you wear it to a prom?
You know I will.
Six- 16, 17.
And would you let your children Dress like this.
Walk out the house
to a prom. All right. First one. We're gonna go with this. Is this too inappropriate for a young lady to wear?
I'll wait because we're kind of delayed, but bring it around. But absolutely, unequivocally, hell no.
Whoop.
No, I would not.
You out your mind.
Okay.
My daughter?
So look,
Hell
17 years old, going to the
Hell
prom.
no.
She wants to wear that.
She don't have no
Hell
bra
no.
on, and she ain't got no panties on either.
Okay. What about this?
What?
Hey, it's a prom dress. It's a prom. Hey, it's a prom dress. I'm gonna show it again. This came from the.
I wanna pluck my eyes out. Absolutely
Yo,
no.
You look like a clown.
If she was pregnant, if your daughter was pregnant, 18 and going to a prom like this.
Okay, so listen to this. I was pregnant at 18 and I didn't go to my prom. I sat that one out.
I agree.
I sat it out.
I agree.
Absolutely
Your pregnant
not.
ass don't get to go to the prom.
And I was about 6 months. No.
All right. Okay. What's your vibe on this?
No.
No for none of them?
Well, the one in the middle, which has the lime green on, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Know why? Because all of the belly is covered up. You understand what I'm saying? The belly is covered. It's not too bad. But the rest of them, they're just too sexy for prom. I'm sorry. It's just, first of all, I'm sure they can't dance in that stuff, and I'm sure some of that stuff must have bust open at the seam. What the?
Yo, what is that, yo?
No.
Prom dress.
Does she have on a garter belt?
Hold on. What she got on? Apollo Creed boxer shorts? What is that in the front?
It looked
She
like
got on boxer shorts with a belly out.
She looked like she was ready to, honestly, go get on somebody's lap or pole. No.
Oh, okay. All joking aside. Look, all joking aside. Does this word mean anything? Grace, elegance, style. Does anyone know who Lena Horne was?
What about this one?
I am totally speechless.
Yo.
Now I'm not gonna lie. The bottom of that checkered
You ain't kidding.
ensemble,
That joint's hot.
it's cute.
I ain't talking
The
about
bottom
the bottom. I ain't
part
talking
is
about the
cute,
bottom.
but
I ain't
the
talking about
top.
But if it was a whole dress, it
I
would have
don't-
looked better.
I don't know. They could have added more material, and it would have been very
It would have been
sexy.
hot, yeah.
Now, if they would have had that piece of material in the middle, it would have been hot. She looked like she ready for bondage. I'm sorry. No.
What about this?
That's not that bad because at least she can wear underwear. She probably can't wear a bra, but at least she can wear underwear.
All right. The slit is too high.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
I rock the dress, but the slit is too high.
wait.
And
But
belly's hanging.
it's got a band on the
Is
side.
this girl
so
pregnant? With that picture, she's pregnant.
Oh, you
she
talking
ain't pregnant.
about,
Them
this one?
calories.
Yes, look at her gut.
Those are calories.
No, boo, she's pregnant. That's a baby.
Okay.
Oh my God, I am so done, guys.
Oh, you might be right. I
Oh
thought that
my
was
God.
calories,
Yo.
over excessive calories.
I'm
but you
done.
ain't
I come from. You get pregnant, your ass don't go to the prom. It is what it is.
I
That's where I come
cannot.
You out here getting the slang on. You don't go to the prom.
Jesus.
Some
What
respect.
is going on?
Be respectable.
Yeah, Sandy B said, "Wow." I'm with you
said,
on
wow,
that
babe.
one. Wow. All right. Suzette Crawford Francis. Good morning. Good afternoon. I'm sorry. Hey everyone joining in late. The dress is unacceptable. My daughter is going to prom, and if it's cut too low in the front or the back, she will not be wearing it. Let's teach our girls to leave something to their imagination. Be classy and not trashy. And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you know what it is?
Those aren't gowns.
That's that
Those
thing
aren't
that you
gowns they're
said
wearing.
earlier. That and I believe D said it as well. That you want to attract attention. You want to get that. You want to get all those likes. You want to get the this is hot. Look at this. No. It's not, and some of these designers need to be held accountable. If you're coming to me and I'm 16, 17, I'm going to the prom because they got junior prom too. I'm going to the prom. I should have enough self-respect to say, listen, I understand that your parents are paying me for this. I just don't want you to be too revealing.
Listen, you want to project queen energy, or you want to project hoe energy?
Let's read these.
Yes.
What type of energy do you want to project?
Okay, Susan Moore. I would not permit my daughter to wear anything not pleasing to me if she is under 18. After that, it's all her. I will offer my opinion always, however. Understood. Sandy B. Proms are about elegance and class.
Yep.
It's nothing elegant and class about any of that.
Right.
Let me clap that up. You
Right.
both are 100% correct. And Julius Gray said what? And they call that fashion? That's a hot mess.
Well, thanks to Norm
Yes.
for bringing up this subject. I'm going to change my photograph on my Facebook. Thank you, Norm.
Yes.
I'm taking down the shirtless picture right now.
Just
I'm going through my phone.
Okay. go ahead.
Just as an aside, as a coach, okay, as a coach, let me say this to you ladies, because I coach young women of all ages when they go around 14, 15, 16
Yeah.
years old. Ladies, check this out. It is your responsibility to teach young ladies hygiene, because a lot of these young ladies don't have hygiene, and when they're fencing where I am, you know, it could knock you over with like a gorilla. Like they smell
The
very
wound
bad.
or the underarms? The
Both.
open wound or the underarms?
Both. Or if they come on their cycle.
That's a bad combination.
If they come on their cycle and they don't know how to cleanse properly, something other. That's number one.
That's a
number
deadly
two,
combination.
A sense of their body and how they move. I need a sports bra. I needed this. I needed that, because I have boys in my class.
Yeah.
And boys don't always understand. So stop hitting me with, I'm free and I can do whatever I want. The problem, in my humble opinion, is that you're not raising these young ladies to be ladies and women. It is something to dignity, respect, and holding yourself to a higher standard instead of this whole energy. And it's the same as jokers.
You just say whole energy.
I did. Now, what would you call it when a man?
Wonder Twin Powers.
Yeah, right.
Activate.
Right. And so
Form of.
and when a boy wears his pants, his underwear exposed with his ass crack, would you like me to call that whole energy as well? Listen, check this out. We have to have standards. I don't give a damn what nobody say. It's better to be modest and respectable instead of this bestial energy. Like, sexuality is a beautiful thing. It
Yes.
is a beautiful thing, but everything has a time and a place.
Yes. So, you know what? I'm going to clap that up for you. Yes. Michael Lamont said, if you are not open for business, take down the sign. What you sell us as men are the type of customers you will attract. So I'm gonna clap that up. So I want to also say, when he said whole energy, I just actually thought about
Male
that.
or female,
And as far as like the females with their hygiene and everything, these mothers nowadays are so into themselves
that they're
take not
time.
teaching their daughters how to be women. And that's a sad day, because back in the day, I remember I was probably about 8. I saw my mother shaving. I was intrigued by that because I wanted to know. Now I'm 8. I don't have anybody hear me, but I wanted to know what she was doing. And she sat me down. She talked to me. She told me, when that thing come on, you need to make sure you stay clean. Make sure you smell nice, because that in itself is just nasty. So in your body odor, everything. My mother was a hands-on type of mother, and you have a lot of these mothers now who are trying to compete with the daughters. They want to wear the sexy clothes, and they don't mind going out and buying their daughters the sexy clothes.
For all those that might take offense, I am in the community, and I work with your daughters, and I work with your sons, and I dare you to come at me.
Yeah,
I dare you. I'm in the high schools and I am in the grammar schools, and I'm telling you that our children are misguided.
Yeah. And
I'm not everybody's dad.
It's not just
Help
the
me.
daughters. It's not just the daughters.
I said the boys too.
No,
of course.
I'm just saying. Look
Our
at
children.
this. Look at this.
I cannot.
No.
Wait.
What's that?
Wait.
What's that?
Wait, brother. How many parents, I'm just saying, allow their young sons to come out the house like this? If they're living with you and they're underage, how many of you are allowing your sons to come out like this? This is what I want to know.
I didn't allow it, and my son is 25, and I tell him, if you don't pull your damn pants up, nobody want to see that.
Where does the pants sagging come from?
Prison.
Yeah, exactly.
In prison,
exactly.
You don't wear belts Number one, and number two is an invitation to homosexual sex.
I'm sorry.
The end. That's what you're doing.
I can't. Please, don't make me watch. Please.
That's what you're doing.
I cannot.
That's what
I
you're
know,
saying
and
is
I'm not
acceptable.
laughing at you, Jack. I just can relate to you.
I got
know.
the chunk.
That's what you projecting.
You know the chunk in your throat when you just want to just throw up because
Man,
something just disturbs you.
let me tell
I'm
you.
disturbed by that
let me
image.
tell you.
I want to poke
You
my
can
eyes
tell
out.
Hold on. You can tell me you don't know right from wrong, right? You can tell me that you want people to have rights or whatever. If we don't protect our kids, what does that say about us as a culture and a society?
But you know what? They even got laws for that now in certain towns.
They sure do.
Yes, no sagging law.
No sagging law.
As they should have it, because it's crazy to me.
We got to have a law to parent.
Wow, that's wow.
You gotta let the state be the parent now. But you want to talk about the man. The man is on you. Come on, man. Teach your kids how to be men and women out here.
You know what's even sadder? That you got grown men that are up in age that wear sagging pants. I know guys I went to school with their pants be sagging. I delete them off Facebook.
As you should.
I
would.
I really don't get that. I don't get that whole. Like, I get it. We had all types of fashion statements when we was coming up.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
You know, we had the name belt buckles.
Yes,
and
but that was hot.
And was wearing the
we
Pumas
with
the
Lee jeans.
remember the Pumas with the suit jacket? And we wore the suit jackets.
Yes,
with
the bottom of the shoes.
The mock necks.
Yes.
I get it. You know, so you know, certain things are fashion statements. To me, oh man,
that's why they listen. Let me say this to you. That's why they all walk with like penguins, and by the time they get 40, they're gonna have back and leg problems. And that's why half of them, when you see them running,
I'll go deeper.
They can't run.
I'll go deeper. You're living in a society where it is okay for children to display their sex organs. That shit is sick. I don't care what. Stop. It's debased behavior.
Yeah.
Let's call a spade a spade. A child should not be displaying their intimate parts, male or female.
My girls,
period.
no, you better not bring anybody to my house with his pants hanging down, because that will be his first and last visit. You will not come to my house. It'll be your first and last visit. I'm sorry. My son messed around with this girl. Let me tell y'all the look she gave me. This is the look she gave me when he introduced me. She did just like this. I told her, I said, did you just look me up and down? I'm his mom. I was like, as a matter of fact, why don't you get your stuff and go? I will throw you out. You're not going to disrespect me in my home.
I'm with you on that.
And how dare you bring this little young Thundercat heifer in here to give me the once over like I'm your girlfriend.
Keep pushing heifer.
It's heifer. Hello. Beat it.
Don't
come here no more.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
So my question, being that we talking about this, right?
Yes.
So is it right? So Woo, if your son is living with you, right?
Yes.
And be honest, and I know you will, and he was rocking the saggy pants and like that, and you know he was leaving the house or whatever to go to school or whatever.
Right.
Would you get on him about that? Or would y'all have a beef about it? Or would you hit him with that, as long as you in my house, you're not going to dress like that? I'm curious.
It happened to me, and my son left. How about that? How about that?
He didn't want to be. He didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, so he wanted to do what he wanted to.
Yeah, and I was like, well, man up then, bye. Because you
Man
not.
up.
No. Wait. And it's very painful.
I get it.
Because I was like, why is my son looking like these hooligans? I was like, yo, you right, partner. Bye. Now when he came back, his pants was up. Because he went out there with his grandmama looking like a little Thundercat, Shiro, whatever the hell these kids was doing. And I bet you his behind came back with respect. So what's happened to me is very, very painful. But if I don't draw the line in this, I'm not here saying I just got these opinions and it doesn't affect me. I'm not just here saying that my kids don't do it or I don't. You follow what I'm saying? But my son knows what the standard of behavior is. He can choose to follow it out. If you're in my house, you're going to follow it.
Yeah.
Which is why when people come to my apartment, right? My name is Mr. Jeffries or Dad.
Hello.
You would never address me as Dawood. You're gonna pull your pants up. You're gonna have some respect. Period.
So I get it and I understand. So you ain't coming to my house either with your pants saggy.
My son had them
you ain't doing that
skin tight crap you used to wear.
Yeah, you ain't doing that.
Nah, Duke.
You ain't doing that. Your pants can be like I like to call them pencil thin.
Remember
That's
the 60s?
fine.
That's how I used to wear them in the 60s. The pencil thin.
You can do that. If you can and you spend your money for it, you could do that. But you're not gonna be sagging. Not in my house. Nah, you gonna pull your pants up.
Sexuality of our children is demonic.
Yeah.
The overt sexuality of children is pedophilia and is sick.
Yeah.
And if you like that, check yourself, R. Kelly.
Oh,
damn.
But then you got grown kids too. Grown women that are dressing crazy
Did you
too.
hear
So
the subliminal?
What'd you say?
Did you hear
Say
what
that
he
again?
said? He
I
said
said that you got grown
women.
women that are dressing inappropriate too, and they're supposed to be like the cornerstone of
society.
of society.
Mother gods,
churches and
looking like a
everything
mother
else.
hoe.
Listen, I understand because it's funny. When I first started going to the church that I attend, I was coming from a Baptist church. This church was
Look at what now I'm
Pentecostal,
pulling up.
right? So I too was dressing how I would normally dress in my regular church. When I got to this church, it was different. My
ahead, I'm
skirts got a little longer. You understand what I'm saying? I never wore pants to church. I just recently started doing that, and I felt so uncomfortable wearing pants because the old mothers didn't wear pants. They wore skirts to their calves and down to their ankles.
There were no pants.
So
Right.
one mother came up to
Yeah,
me,
the
and you know what
mothers
she
wasn't
said to
playing
me? She was like, I love the fact that you are dressing different. She didn't say better. She said different. And she gave me a hug. I knew what she meant. And I didn't feel bad because anybody who know me know I like my stuff tight. I like my stuff fitted. And she was like, telling me my stuff was kind of tight in a nice way. And because I respect my elders, I didn't get offended. I changed my clothes.
Speaking of elders, I went to the Democratic convention to hear Hillary speak.
Yeah.
Right? I had on a pair of jeans and a baseball cap.
Oh.
And mother said, "Come here." She said, it was my day off. I was harried. She said, "Son, I never want to see you dressed this way in this type of function." I'm 45. I was like, "Yes, ma'am."
Wow. Let's clap that up.
Rebuking.
So I'm going to ask y'all this.
Go
So
ahead.
we talked about church, right?
Mhm.
So right now we talking about what's inappropriate to
Yes.
wear. So yes or no?
Okay.
Is this okay to wear to church? And some of y'all may say yes, it's cool.
Okay.
And some may say no. So
Okay.
let's see. So this is what a young lady wore to church.
We gotta go.
First of all, or the mother's coming around with a big sheet.
Yeah.
Cover yourself up. Nah, that's inappropriate.
Totally inappropriate.
That's inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
Completely inappropriate.
She's stacked.
She ready for the club.
She's stacked, but
All right.
definitely
Or somebody
inappropriate for
picnic.
church.
Okay.
That's club
All
all
right.
day.
So y'all saying everybody's saying inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
All right, now this, and again, she's going to church.
Inappropriate.
Inappropriate, but she's stacked too.
Inappropriate.
So, you know what I would ask her?
Let me tell you why.
Why?
First of all, I'm gonna tell you why. Then you could go. First of all, it's too low cut. It's too low cut for church. Put a scarf around your neck. You can't help your figure. That you cannot do. Because you got it, you got it. But that is inappropriate for church. Put a scarf around your neck. It's too low cut. Put a blazer on or something.
Right,
It's
right.
incorrect.
You know how they say
for
your
church.
slip is
But
showing?
she's stacked.
You know how they say your slip is showing? You are intentionally
She's trying
drawing
to get a husband.
attention to yourself sexually.
Yes.
I don't give a damn about what your body type is or whatever. So what? You got curves or whatever. You can dress in an appropriate fashion.
Let me tell
Miss
you.
me
Hold
with
on.
that bull
So
crap.
Denise Sparrow said, "Good afternoon. Inappropriate. Correct." And Julius Gray, I cannot with you. He said, "Praise Jesus."
Now,
But yeah, that's wrong.
did you see the last picture where General had the ladies with the up to their knees skirts with no
So
Sitting in the front pew.
sitting in the front? That
Let's
right
rock
there.
with this one.
That's
Okay.
bad.
So is that
Your intention is showing.
Tell me, is inappropriate or not?
Inappropriate. Well, she's okay. She's okay, but she do need a lapel.
General.
She is in a front
when
pew.
When I was 15 years old and they would catch the spirit and roll around at my feet, I used to like that because they didn't wear panties.
The one in
All
the
right.
middle is stacked.
Is this inappropriate?
Completely.
See, the reason I say it's
inappropriate.
okay. I'm not gonna say it's inappropriate.
Right.
It's okay. But if you're sitting on that front pew, You need to have a lapel over your lap when you wearing stuff that goes above the knee. I'm sorry.
That's
she was
crazy.
smart.
Y'all agree
She
or
put her
disagree?
Bible on her lap.
So that's you saying she's appropriate?
She's inappropriate, but at least she knew to put her Bible on her lap.
She ain't really got nothing. She ain't
She's
stacked.
the reason she's inappropriate is because
Leopard
it's an
print?
asymmetrical dress.
And
Not even so much that it's leopard print. It's asymmetrical. Half your chest is showing. Inappropriate for church. Let's stop it. Certain things not appropriate for church. When
All right,
you
ladies.
wearing them 7-8-inch heels and your dress is tight and you're stacked and you're sitting in the front pew, inappropriate.
Ladies, for
No.
all
Can
you
I
ladies-
just address something real quick? Because one of the ladies
Yeah.
said that I kept saying being stacked was offensive. I was making a point as far as when a man's in church, the first thing he sees. That's what I was doing. I
Bingo.
was making
So
a
his mind now is not on the word. His mind is on what he see in front of him. You're a distraction. And when you wear stuff like that, to the back.
Two things
To
I
the
want to
back.
say about this quickly as we close the segment out.
I'm serious.
You ladies, for all of you that don't understand, there's a lady named Angela Bassett. She's stacked. Type her name in at a premiere. See how she's dressed. She's always appropriate. That's the first thing. Second thing, here at the Man Cave Morning Show, let me tell you something. You can dangle steak in front of a lion and expect the lion not to bite.
Yeah.
I am a man. I'm sitting with a bunch of men. If I'm telling you it's inappropriate, ain't no more conversation to be had. I'm a loving, sentient man that's compassionate, that has daughters and female friends and everything else.
Oh.
If you go to church advertising that,
Mhm.
don't be surprised with what you pull up.
And I see that. Let me clap that up for you, because that right
As a
there,
man. Yeah.
I think is very inappropriate. Now, I've been guilty of wearing clothes that's fitted to church, but let me tell y'all something. I always have a sweater. I always have a jacket or some type of scarf around my neck. People don't even know I have a tattoo on like my chest area until they see it in my pictures, because I always have something around my neck. I try to be modest.
I guarantee you that those women that
Yeah.
we're asking are not mentored by older women. Guarantee you. I guarantee you, no, they're not involved with the mother of the church that say baby XYZ. I guarantee that. Guarantee it.
So Michael, Danielle Spencer said a jacket would have been nice. Concur.
Mhm.
Okay. Michael
Yeah,
Lamont.
jacket might have pulled that together.
Like Michael Lamont, he said, I'm not distracted once I get started on my sermon. It's while I'm sitting there before I get started. My point exactly.
That's the point I was
My
making
point
too.
exactly.
That is the point I was making too.
Yes.
Did you hear what
That is
Pastor
the point
said?
why I kept
The
saying
man
she's
of
stacked.
the godly man said what? Okay, case closed.
But he's
Case
being real.
closed.
He's being real.
No.
It's
yeah.
a distraction. I'm distracted and I'm a female.
yeah,
I ain't even
right,
gonna lie.
right,
When you walk
right.
up in there, yes, you look like you just came from the club the night before, or you trickled in from that club that closed at 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and you trickle in church, and your stuff is tight, and then it's so tight that I could see the dimples in your butt.
If the
yes,
man,
I'm offended.
If the man
I'm
of God is distracted, all the rest of us are distracted. And if you're trying to get a husband, that's not the energy that's going to pull you a husband in the church or wherever. You're going to get smashed and left.
If you got to keep pulling it down every time you stand up or sit down, it's too tight and it's inappropriate for church. Save it for the club or when you go out on that date.
Older women have to school younger women about how to be a lady. That's all. This is like men got to school these boys about how to be men.
Yes.
It's the same thing applies to women as well. And I'm sorry, those women are dressing with intention to come to sit in the front row to see if they can get the pastor.
Yes.
That's what I'm on.
So, and then he says, however, I find most women who sit on the front row like this and front row like this is completely aware of what they're doing. So they're not aware of that. Okay. That may be true, but then some of them, they do that on purpose. They don't care if you're married, single, or indifferent. They do it on purpose. They go to church with the thought in their mind,
With the intention.
to
Right.
wear something extremely tight or revealing. I don't need to see your plunging neckline while I'm trying to get the word. You're a distraction.
Listen. Any grown woman knows what they're doing.
Yes.
So let's be honest.
Yes.
Here. Stop.
Yes.
Any grown, mature woman, that's stacked, as D says,
yes,
knows what they're doing. So if you know what you're doing, be prepared for the consequences, the actions that you're drawing to you. So if you want to weaponize your sexuality, right? Don't be surprised when you get hit on the head. Don't.
Yes.
Don't talk about I can wear what I want and you need to shut up. You know what you're doing.
It's too much. It's too much.
Let's read some comments.
Okay, I basically did, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Oh, Susan Moore. She said, I guess saying stacked is an expression that is accepted generally. What do you call a guy that has an attractive build? Just wondering. Fine.
It has an attractive
rocking.
Attractive build.
Sexy. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I go?
No,
too
that's just.
late? Oh, okay.
Let me because since I'm the one that explains.
Yeah, no, I get you.
No, I mean, I want to answer a question.
Go right ahead,
I'm the
sir.
one that stated stacked. The word stacked means that just like anything that you would stack on a shelf, it has a lot of presence or a lot of quantity.
Yeah.
When we say stacked.
Yeah.
And when there's a lot of quantity, you cannot put 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag. It just doesn't work. So what happens is the bag is overstacked.
Yes.
So when I use the word stacked, I'm using it to express a lot of fullness, too much for what it is being put into.
Got it.
That is what stacked means.
I always say, someone who's stacked, as you like to say, she looked like a 3-pound bag with a 5-pound bag of sausage and everything's just spilling over. That's the way I look at it.
That is the point.
And I'm not offended by the word stacked, by the way.
It's
I'm
actually sarcasm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So curious.
Yes.
So a lot of times I hear people, say this is inappropriate for the office, for you to wear in the work office.
You know how I feel about this.
I'm just saying.
Been there
so what
before.
not to wear to work? So
Been there.
the one on the right in the office, that's cool, and the one on the left, both of those are cool. For work.
Okay. So the one on the right, yes. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm sure when she stands up, it comes maybe just below her knee. The one on the left, no. What office is she working for with a mini skirt on? No.
So
Go ahead.
the one
What
on the
did you
left.
think?
I was going to say that.
I'll go back to that one.
I was going to say the one in the blue top.
Yeah.
I guess because, and this is just my opinion,
For the
she's
office.
small.
Okay.
So to me, I wouldn't notice her. But that's me saying that.
Got you.
You know what I mean? But I can't judge it whether
skirt
it's
too
appropriate.
short?
I think it's too short.
It is
Inappropriate.
short. It is short. But
Inappropriate.
I guess I look at that
Yes.
differently. It is short though.
Okay, yes, the do, yes, the don't, because your back is exposed. Where are you going?
Newsflash.
Yeah.
Your back should not be exposed at work.
At work.
Moving
Hello.
on.
If she had a
Stop.
jacket
Your
on,
shoulders either.
we wouldn't be able to see.
Right, yeah. If she had
She
a
doesn't
jacket
have a
on.
jacket on, yes. Mm-hmm. And they're shapely, African
All of them
American
are
women.
shapely women,
Yes.
and there's nothing you could do about that.
Do I think any of this is
The
inappropriate?
third one. You don't think that's inappropriate for work, the office?
I'm going to be honest. I do.
don't.
And I'm going to tell you why. I know, that's fine, but I'm going to tell you why. I think it's inappropriate. Number one, the skirt is fitted. She can't help her shape.
Right.
She can't help her shape.
Right.
But for me, because I think it's just too fitted for work. And if you work in an office setting,
Okay, I changed
that's
my
going
mind.
to be
You're right.
a problem.
I agree with you. You're right.
know, first of all, you
I
already going to
take
be
back what I said.
sexualized by men and
Right,
women.
right.
So put a jacket on
All right.
and get a skirt that's
So,
a little less
Now watch
fitting.
this.
Yes.
Now you see the second lady. That's the security guard.
Yes.
outfit.
Right.
She's as stacked as anyone there.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Look at the way the clothes hang off of her.
I'm going to be 100
Now-
with you. I wore pants like them. They don't make those pants for us.
No. But listen to my point. Listen to my point. All 4 women are stacked. I'm saying that the one in the second one is appropriate. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
The lady in the first one, she needs to put a
smock, like the coat.
a sweater.
Okay.
It ain't too much that
Right.
the sweater gonna help
The
that
first
because
one.
she's
The first
she's
one.
She's
full.
fat, too.
She's full.
But
she's
but,
thick.
but I like this conversation because a lot of sisters say I can't help the way I'm shaped, whatever. All 4 women are shapely. All 4 are voluptuous.
She's a teacher.
And the one at
fourth
the
one-
end.
No,
Is
it's
that
inappropriate.
appropriate?
I know for a
That's
fact
what- yeah, the one you just
that
pointed
lady
out.
is a teacher. No.
No. And watch this. And watch this.
How
watch
you
this.
teaching in stilettos?
And a lot of women as teachers dress that way.
Yes.
And I can't buy any of it because their intention is to draw attention to themselves.
Yes.
So I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? I have said. So you see the person in the second one. I would say that the second one is the only one appropriately dressed. Now the one that's in the first, the clothes don't hang properly. Like you listen.
Because she got her shirt tucked in.
But watch what I'm saying. As someone with big shoulders, big hips, big whatever, you have to have your clothes tailored. I understand that the clothes are not for us.
Yes.
You have to spend more money to get the tailored look so that the proportions don't bring unnecessary attention. Stop acting like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Stop being a hypocrite. Stop. And you know what I'm saying.
All right. So
yes. Go ahead.
So just to recap. So one, y'all saying unacceptable for for work. Number one,
I would. Yes.
Number one, she needs a sweater on because she's pretty thick. She needs to cover that up.
All right,
you're at work,
so she needs to cover what her
bottom. They make sweaters.
Her bottom.
They make sweaters long
if
enough
she
to
had
cover
a sweater
that.
on, no problem.
All right. Number two,
I think she's okay. She can't. I think she's okay because that's the uniform. She can't help it. Yes, and number one is dressed in a uniform, but she can get a top that's longer to cover her body.
Right. Number three,
inappropriate. Need a jacket.
4,
inappropriate.
Wow.
Need less tightage and more.
Camel toe.
Inappropriate.
Can I see camel toe? Yes. Inappropriate.
Let's read some of the comments.
Okay. So, Vereen Brown, she said, Dress Barn is for women. Dress Barn is a store. It's for women who are in that industry, that business industry. It's a lot of outlets where you can get clothes from.
So is Lane Bryant.
It's a lot of outlets, right? Okay. So Kurt Donnell said 3 and 4 are acceptable. I cannot.
Unacceptable.
Oh, unacceptable.
Yeah,
Excuse me, because I was going to say I cannot.
I agree.
3 and 4.
I agree with Kurt.
Okay.
Kurt, I agree
okay.
with.
All right. Sandy B said number 4 is unacceptable if she's a teacher. Look at the floor, y'all. That's a teacher's floor.
A lot of teachers dress like that.
Sandy B also said number 3, if she had on a jacket, it would be acceptable. Vereen Brown, a suit is appropriate. A skirt and blazer or dress over the knee is appropriate, not too tight. All right.
Thank you. Business attire.
Denise Sparrow, we have dress codes at work, and they put them in there for a reason, hon.
I have a dress code at my job as well.
All right. And then Michael Lamont said she's overstuffed that dress.
Let's read Rose Park Ave.
Okay. Rose Park Ave.
Hey, Rose Park Ave.
Hey, how about use the word voluptuous since stacked is an issue? Okay. And wear jacket, and you don't have to exude sexuality all the time. And I work in education and know a teacher in my school that dressed like that. Women in the picture. I do too.
And I know
it's inappropriate.
And I know a teacher that was called to the carpet for that, for dressing in that fashion.
Can I tell you?
The principal addressed her and said, "Come to the principal's office," blah blah, and broke it down.
When I worked at a school, right? I promise you, I'm not kidding. My clothes was always tight, and they were. I probably was one of these ladies, but to a certain degree. I never wore dresses and skirts because of the simple fact I'm working with kids, right? But I did wear pretty clingy clothes. The principal sat us all down. Know what she said? So we're going to have a dress code.
Yep.
And I knew it was because of me, and I'm going to tell you why I knew it was because of me. Listen, I knew it was because of me. And the reason I knew it was because of me, because they didn't have a dress code until I started working there. So it was because of me. I swear to you. So I knew it was because of me.
So how did that make you feel?
Let me tell you, I laughed, and I'm going to tell you why I laughed, because it was these older, she's the teacher, it was these older women who went to her and basically told her that my clothes was too tight.
So
I didn't get offended. You know what I did? I went and I bought me some clothes that the first girl had on, which are the hospital clothes. I went and bought the hospital clothes to work in. The pants, the shirt. The shirts wasn't a problem. I could never find pants to fit me because of my butt. But that's why they got to work like a dress code, because of me.
Okay, 2 things. That's what the tailor's for, because we're black people and we have to get our clothes tailored. Men do too. Shoulders, hips, butt, gut, whatever. That's number 1. Number 2 was the energy. They just hating because they old and they this and they that.
I just told you, no, I wasn't offended.
I know. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So voluptuous women know that they are that.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, You got to take accountability for what you're doing. Everyone know. I mean, I find it extremely hard to believe. Like the last girl on the end, number 4, she really went out the house and was like, "I can teach in this." You a liar. You a
you
damn
can't
liar.
even get on the floor in a tight fitting dress and get up.
Norm was scrolling where I don't know if you found a picture. There was a lady that had the skin tight skirt on. That was
pencil skirt.
Right? Yeah,
pencil
I don't know
skirt.
if no one pulled it up yet.
Yeah, pencil skirt.
Now I'm 13 years old. Trying to split an infinitive. I might split your skull with something. Stop it.
So why you pull that? Inappropriate. That's the same teacher that had the pink dress on, ladies and gentlemen. Inappropriate.
Are you that hungry for attention that you need to be validated for that type of attention? I'm asking. You can be sexy, you can be beautiful, you can have curves. Do you need to feel validated by drawing that type of energy to yourself?
All right, so
these
teachers,
comments are hilarious.
Inappropriate for a teacher to wear.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with this.
Yes.
Is this inappropriate for a teacher to wear?
My science teacher used to come to class like that.
Absolutely.
Is it?
Yes.
30 years later, I remember her name.
Yes. Anything that, listen, if your hands are longer than the skirt,
too short,
there's a problem. Yes, if your hands are longer than the skirt, that is a problem. That's what they tell you in a lot of these jobs. If your hands go down and your hands are longer than your skirt, you cannot wear it.
All right.
Inappropriate.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah.
All right.
So for a teacher?
Number 2.
That's the one I was talking about, Jay.
Number 2.
That one.
Is that
now what
inappropriate for a teacher to wear?
Jay, what am I looking at when I'm 13 years old? Am I looking at anything on the?
Yes.
What am I looking at?
Her ass all day
Thank
long.
you,
Please
my
turn
little
around.
chubby,
can you
13-year-old chubby.
Because that's what their mind going to be. And you know the females is going to be hating. You know the females, because we start out young hating. We're going to be like, why she dressed like that?
I would like drop my glasses, be like,
you know what I mean?
Miss Smith, can you pick up my glasses?
Inappropriate.
That's inappropriate?
Most definitely. Inappropriate.
All right. So let's go with 1. Number 1.
She put a sweater on. It's better and it's below her knees. She's shapely, but I like that look.
So that's appropriate.
That's appropriate.
Number 2 for a teacher.
She
got heels. She got on tight jeans.
She needs some sneakers on.
Now I ain't gonna lie. If she had on sneakers because she's shapely. If she had on sneakers, it probably wouldn't be that bad. But I would have still covered up my bottom. I'm around kids. I would have covered up my bottom.
Number 3.
I like number 3.
Number 3.
Lose the heels. Lose the heels. You're dealing with kids.
Yeah.
Kids, get you some flats, and you'll be all right. And it's still kind of short,
nice.
but it's okay.
You know what the heels do?
Yes.
It causes the butt to protrude.
Yes.
So put the flats back on.
Put some flats on.
So we all agree that this one is
definitely inappropriate.
Inappropriate because of the heels and the skirt.
Yes.
Heels, skirt.
Yes, and the tight fitting top.
Shout out to my 6th grade algebra teacher that used to dress like that. I appreciate you at night.
And somebody else said that. So
Shout out.
I'm gonna read some of these comments.
35 years later, I remember that chick.
Let's go.
Julius Gray. I think I need some extra credit after school.
Right.
I cannot. That's the mindset, okay, that these young people have. Yes. Kurt Donnell would have been my favorite class. See what I mean?
Right, yeah.
See?
That's
Michael
how we
Lamont. These teachers have student boyfriends. My point exactly. This is true. This is true.
Jay, you want to go there, Jay? You want to go there?
Listen, it happens.
You wanna go there?
I ain't going to go there, but it happens.
All right, okay.
Julius Gray. But my mindset when I was in high school, that dress is fine. Give me extra attention. See? The mindset. Sandy B. Number 2, need a long jacket. All right, Denise, she said, yes, inappropriate. The length is too short. And I guess they were talking about the one with the red and the girl that had on the blue top with the short black skirt that we talked about earlier.
Well,
remember the white girl?
This one.
Yeah, these two. Yes.
Okay.
Inappropriate.
So that's inappropriate.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes. Let's see. And then Danielle Spencer said, a blazer does wonders.
Agreed.
And Kurt Donnell, Mrs. McDonald at Plainfield High. Everybody wanted her.
Wow.
See how we remember the name, Jay?
Wow.
See how we remember the name 50 years later?
I ain't going to front. I got detention twice. I did it on purpose. Right.
See what I mean? And remember, I've been a victim of that.
Jay.
One was a bad way and one was a good way. I've been a victim of dressing inappropriate, and I didn't think I was inappropriate.
We want to
thank,
yes.
Okay.
We want to thank everybody.
Thank you all so much.
Went a little bit over time today, but we had fun today.
Yes.
Tomorrow we coming back on the Man Cave Morning Show. We just want to thank everybody for joining us, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in and watched us live today on YouTube, on Ustream, on Twitter, on Periscope, on the mother site, WBKS1.com.
Yes.
Listen to us on that TuneIn app, and those checking us out on the Facebook and leaving comments and everything. We appreciate you all. We appreciate you all, man. Another show, man. Another good show.
Another one in the books.
I love everybody who left a comment.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We learn from your comments as well.
Yes.
And we appreciate you all. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of the Man Cave Morning Show. Again, remember, this show is never about us.
It's always about you.
Because you are
the next best kept secret.
We're going to see y'all tomorrow, y'all.
Bang, bang, Wakanda. Peace.
And you're on BKS1 Radio.
It's your girl Chanel, BKS1 Radio, and I'm here with the beautiful Garcelle Bouzet.
I'm paying you later.
Hey, I'm the queen of comedy some more, and right now you're rocking with BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio Network. I'm here with the amazing Miss Tasha Smith. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for coming out.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Hello, Denise Boutte. Hey, what's up? Shout out to BKS1 Radio. See you soon.
Brick City's finest, J.D. Williams. I'm in the Savage Podcast Studio, chilling at BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio. I'm here with the legendary Mr. Dick Gregory. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic, brother, and thank you.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Jamie Foxx, BKS1 Radio. What's going on with you?
Storming on.
This is George Dr. Funkenstein Clinton for BKS1 Radio. They be doing the dog, y'all.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're on BKS.